Welcome to the Witewolf's Den. I'm your host, Witewolf. Remember, that's Witewolf without an H, Witewolf. Today, our guest is Brandon Parker. He's been hounding me to do a podcast for a few months now. He works in the film industry with me. He's a prop master, lead man, set dresser. I've known him for a few years. We've been through some hell jobs. So let's check out Brandon Parker. We're live. And that's it. Actually, I'm going to move this thing over here because I want to look at your beautiful childish face.
Look at me, baby.
Like a what?
Look at me, baby.
Oh yeah, look at you, baby. I was like, what? There's a fucking baby you brought with you?
No,
you would.
Can I tell you? So there was one night I was wasted.
We're just kidding.
Well, because thinking of that, like you brought a baby. Look how bad this is. So I'm with my girlfriend. She has a bag of her belongings with a lot of good stuff in it. And, wallet, expensive wallet, cell phone, and just and other doodads and whatnots. So it was a rap party for The Purge, and I'm getting open bar with all the actors, all the crew members. We're getting lit. And then we started doing a little bit of, cocaine gets involved.
Wow, we were just going right there. Isn't that illegal?
LA, I think it's actually legal in LA. I mean, Everyone does it. Who doesn't? But so I do.
You're telling a story about your friend.
No, but listen. Wait, hold on. No, so it's actually longer. It's longer than it should be. So
what's longer? The story.
The story.
Oh.
But then it should be about what was it we were talking about?
What? What do you mean? You're telling me a story about how you went to some party for The Purge.
No, and then but with the girl, what was
there was
the whole,
a baby?
Oh, the baby. Yes. So. Yeah, it's way longer than it should be. So I'm at a partied out, got too fucked up, and I blacked out. My girlfriend gave me her bag with all her belongings, and outside the bar, I went to go smoke a cigarette, didn't do another line. I dropped the bag, I left the bag pretty much at where I was doing a cigarette, and then
where is this bag? I want to find it.
Yeah, some bum got it, and within 10 minutes, my girlfriend comes back. She's like, oh, "Where's the bag?" I was like, oh my God, like I kind of came to like, holy shit, I lost the bag. And
how much was this bag?
Dude, the bag so had a lot of shit in it. So it was not only did it have a lot of money, but it was also sentimental to her. You know, my wife, she takes things, all her personal belongings, really sentimental value. But so anyways, I lose it. Someone came up on it really quick. And then my girlfriend's pissed for like 4 days. It was really bad. It was really bad. But her advice was, what if you gave him your baby? What would you have done with that? It's like, what?
So she's starting like to draw. Really?
Her friend made that. Meaning like, yeah, you guys should break up because imagine if that bag was your baby. Like that was her reasoning to leave me. The friend was saying that to my wife.
Well, check it out.
It's like,
check it out.
What is wrong with you? If it was a baby, like it would at least probably make a noise. It would have.
There's that joke. Actually, I'm not going to say this joke. It's the Eric Clapton cocaine joke, which the baby actually fell out the window. So I actually don't want to say that joke.
What is the story?
No, you don't know the Eric Clapton story?
No.
He was watching he was doing a bunch of cocaine in a fucking room or something, and he was with this kid, and I believe he was with.
And this is a true story.
Yeah, and he was with that song Layla. I think he was with that lady, the George Harrison's wife or something. Mm-hmm. Or was it what's his name? Paul McCartney's wife. I'm gonna double check. He was with this lady, and they had a kid, and the kid they were in a hotel, and it fell out the window and died.
No.
Yeah, the joke is, what's the difference between a baby and a bag of coke?
You're lying.
Eric Clapton wouldn't let a bag of coke fall out of a fucking window. That's the joke. You never heard that joke?
I've never heard that.
Yeah, and that's what that song. That's what that song.
So they were all blowed out. Yeah, and they had a baby in the room.
I don't know if she was there. I have to double check.
This is a true story.
I don't think
this is public knowledge.
I don't know if she was there, but if she was, he was certainly there, and the baby went out the window. And that's what that song that goes, "Would you know my name if I saw you in heaven?" It's about this fucking kid who fell out the window.
Holy shit! Like, wait, was this a baby? Like how?
Let's look this up.
This is very. This is terrible.
So actually, your friend, that girl's right.
Wow.
What if it was a baby?
But you know what? I told him, I was like, yeah, if it was a baby, I would have probably fed it drugs. Like,
what?
Well, I'm just saying.
Oh, that's what she's saying?
No, I would have said that because I'm blacked out. Like, of course, like, I wouldn't be, like, the context is terrible. Like, I would never have been blacked out drunk with a baby around me. So, like you can't, that argument should, like, be null and void that if there was a baby, I would not be that wasted.
So, on March 20th, 1991, Eric Clapton suffered a parent's worst nightmare. In a heartbreaking, tragic accident, Clapton's 4.5-year-old son, Connor, fell out of an open window in the high-rise of a New York condominium.
It was his kid!
That he was living in, yeah. With his mother, actress, and Italian television personality, Lori Del Santo.
Wait, and he was there. He was there himself. They were all there.
It says he was with his mother, and it was him and his mother. I don't know if he was actually coked out, so I actually retract that because I don't want to get sued. But he was known for doing lots of coke, so that was the whole story. You hear a lot of stories like, "Yeah, he was all coked up."
And they alter it. It changes.
He was probably like cooking, like cutting carrots in the kitchen, and the kid just went whoop because that's what they do. The kids are suicidal, dude. You know what I'm saying? But anyways. Well, that just turned dark real quick.
Yeah, real quick.
Right. But anyway, so what were we saying?
Oh, nothing. I'm just glad to be here. Thank you. Let's get back to. I love how we just went weird. I just want to say, like, yeah, glad to be here.
Well, how you doing, buddy?
Thank you for hosting. I'm doing great.
We are enjoying a 2014 Coppola Pinot Noir. It's a nice.
We're so Hollywood Coppola.
You hear? Ooh. That's real crystal, folks. Now, I don't know if it's real crystal, but Bobby, but how you been? What do you?
Well, no, forget how I've been. I want this house.
Oh, you've never been to my house.
I've never been to the house.
That's because you're always on the west side doing like West Hollywood.
Oh,
things.
So Hollywood.
No, so this house. This is a neighborhood I grew up in. I was born. I mean, I was born at Cedar Sinai Hospital, but my mom's 3 doors down. And that was the house I grew up in.
Oh, that is your family home.
3 doors down.
No way.
Yeah, and
who can say that? Not many people.
No, it's crazy. Well, we couldn't move because we were broke, so we were lucky because like this is actually a crazy story. And it sucks. It's like you're here, and it's like you're interviewing me. But either way, it doesn't matter. We're just here talking. Before I say anything, I'm just saying I have Brandon Parker. He is. Set dresser, prop master, art director, production designer. I mean, he does it all because you have to in this town. People call you.
And what I tell people is I'm just a PA with a kit.
What is a PA? Tell these people what a PA is.
A production assistant.
Yeah, you can't use the super lingo. Some people don't know what that shit is.
Oh, you're right.
You know?
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, we're teaching people. This is a show of teaching, a show about Los Angeles.
Give them some love, some teach.
But anyways, so I mean, he has production designed and art directed music videos. Right now, he's fallen into the prop master world. And tell them the show that you're working on. Then I'll get back to my thing that I was talking about. What show are you working on?
So I'm working on the Angeline show.
Yeah.
Do you remember her back in the 80s?
Hollywood icon.
Well, she was the first Kim Kardashian.
Just on billboards.
She was the first one.
Yeah. So we're going to get to that.
We'll get to her.
But that's what he does props and he did some horror stuff. He did The Purge, one of them.
I lost my girl's bag.
Well, we're going to get to that too. Yeah. So we did. About I didn't even do any. I don't do any of that stuff that we talked about earlier. So anyways, I grew up in that house. It was just me and my mom and my dad when I was a kid. So this is the crazy story. So my grandma on my mom's side, like she split from my grandpa and they were separated. My grandpa, he used to teach kind of like theology stuff in Hollywood, like all religious stuff to like the stars. Like these people, high profile lawyers would come and he would like talk about Buddhism and way of life stuff. And he was really amazing. And his stuff is really good. Separated from my grandma because you could do way of life all you want, but fucking people be crazy sometimes. So they separated. She got married to a guy who worked for the railroad company, and he got hurt at work and
cashed out
like $1.2 million at work.
Working on the railroad.
He got hurt, like he hurt his back. And you know who his lawyer was? Shapiro.
Come on.
Dead serious. I have to find my mom
from
is
the OJ
from
thing,
fucking
right?
OJ.
Wow.
Shapiro was his lawyer. I have a
He's
paper
a good
clipping.
lawyer.
Yeah.
Good for him. You know, shout out to Shapiro.
He's a good lawyer.
Getting people off, giving people money.
This dude got that money and he bought a property that was like in the family that kind of had been in between the family like for a long period of time. It's in Hollywood. This place was built, and it was built, I guess, before the 20s supposedly, and then it was redone in the 20s. Like we found these like what used to be structures, the cement like foundation, like not very big. There were these like garages we tore down, and then in the dirt we found these like old barrels like from Prohibition. Like they were like aging and doing. I know they did bathtub gin and stuff, but they had some barrels that they were doing some aging shit during. Somebody was doing it. Yeah. So that it's an old ass building.
You didn't take a taste.
It was fucking dirt. fell apart.
I would have tried.
Yeah, it was all fucked up.
Yeah.
And so he bought that building. He had a bunch of money, right? And he was getting annuities, but he wanted to buy a property, and I was like, why the fuck didn't he buy it like on Los Feliz? Like he could have bought anywhere. He had all that money, right? But he wanted to party with his tenants, and he was from Mexico, and he always pretended he was like Spanish because he had some weird thing against like his background, right?
Oh, so he wanted to be more European rather than South American.
He said his name was Emil. I'm Emil Chavez.
Well, you know what's interesting? A lot of like that's like Spanish. Cause I had a Spanish girlfriend. And she thought she was so like above Mexicans. I'm like, dude, yeah, like what the fuck? But it's funny. Like they have a little clout. They got like a weird.
But he still had this macho thing. He had this like, you have to take that for work?
No, not at all. We're good, buddy.
Okay. See, he had this macho thing, like when he had the money, like he would go and he's like, I'm buying around. I'm like, oh, you don't think I'm a fucking awesome dude? I'm going to buy everybody around here, right? So but anyways, he got this place and he wanted to party with his tenants. And at that time, it was
in Hollywood.
In Hollywood on Melrose and Normandy, it was like a super, like very like Hispanic neighborhood. And he got these tenants, and they would have wild bashes and piss in the backyard, and party.
And what year was this in Hollywood?
Well, he got the settlement in '79, I think.
And then in the 80s, he was going hard.
Yeah, but he was more of a drinker. He wasn't a coke guy. He was a drinker.
Well, of course, but everyone else around was doing it. Doing
probably,
shrooms,
but he was more. They would throw big wild Mexican parties, and they would say, "Oh, it's for this 1-year-old." That's how they do it, dude.
So you get away with it.
Yeah, so they'd have these parties, and then like he joined the Mason Lodge. Like the fucking Masons, he joined because it was like, it's a thing. And it's like, but this is the thing. He like, from what I was told, and I was told by, I'm not going to say who in my family, that he basically bought his way as high as he could, right? And they had these like dinners where they would be like thousands of dollars at dinners.
Do you think Mason area is still around? Like,
no,
sorry to cut you off.
No, you're not cutting me off. You asked me. Yes, because I used to play music at their thing in Magnolia
but do you
Park.
think it's as? I guess it probably is as heavy. Like,
I don't. So look, dude. When I went there,
I feel a lot of their buildings are getting now renovated into something else. But I guess they get new buildings, right?
I guess, but so I play music. I used to play on all the holidays for the Mason Lodge at Magnolia Park.
The Mason Lodge. The Mason Lodge.
I played music there. I have the music list. I used to play on St. Patrick's Day, Valentine's Day, because the first Monday, I think, or I don't know if it's every Monday, but the first Monday, I think, of every month or something is like some open where almost only everybody can come, but not to the ceremony thing. I think, I'm not sure. I never went to a ceremony. Except for one, I played for everybody to walk up because they all got new titles. I was inside, but it was not. They do their own thing. But they told me that in the past they have a master there. Like they have.
It's not the Grand Wizard. Don't get confused with the KKK.
Oh, shut up. No, but they have like the leader of the Masons, and I'm so dumb for forgetting right now. But when Franklin Delano Roosevelt was president, he was in the Masons. And his gardener was the master of the lodge, and he was like below him because it's like that's how it's a weird thing.
His gardener was the head. That's what they told me. Yeah. So, but here's the thing. So, like, I was, and I was. This is how they don't ask you to join, but they do.
It's a fraternity. That's what it really is. So, and what they do is, from what I've seen, is they do a lot of community service. They raise a lot of money. They help like the community.
No, it's just like a boy club.
It's a boy club, but they do.
Because there's no girls, right? Did you see females?
Yes, but they're not part of that. They have their sorority.
Oh, they got the female version.
It's called like the Star of the Sea or something. And
Masonites?
No, Masonettes. They make bandages. They like all the women sit around. They make bandages for like people in the hospital. Yeah, it's like weird things.
Oh.
By weird, I mean like wholesome. If they're doing something underneath, but from what I saw, it's like I used to go there and they'd
just
set up all
peculiar things. Yeah.
Just like I mean,
you wouldn't think of.
I don't think, but either way, so he joined the Masons. My grandpa, by in-law, because my grandma married him. After, they separated. So this guy started like, I'm going to buy everybody's dinner for this like fancy dinner. There was a point where he was getting annuities. You know what annuities are, right?
What's annuities?
When you win,
it sounds very pornographic.
When you win a settlement,
I'm down to do the nudity.
When you win a settlement. Yeah. They usually give you monthly payments so you don't blow your shit, and it's usually like an accountant will say,
wait,
hey,
who's giving these monthly payments?
So they won the settlement for $1.2 million. So the lawyer set it up.
Nudity.
So you don't, but you can do a lump sum and then you got to pay a bit, like you lose a lot of money.
A nudity. Am I saying it right?
Yes, very perfectly, absolutely perfect. A nudity.
But annuity.
So they bought first they bought 2 Cadillacs. And of course, I just got rid of the drug dealer looking Cadillac like 2 weeks ago because my mom wanted to save it. And I'm like, Mom, you got to get the shit out of my driveway. This shit's white trash.
Wait, do you have another? So my wife's actually, I'm in need of a car. I can sell a car.
I have no cars that are, everything is trash.
Nothing to sell?
Nothing to sell, dude. Everything is like.
Oh, is it?
It's all trash, dude. I'm telling you. If you want it, dude, 10,000, but it's trash.
Yeah.
I need that money. So they bought a couple Cadillacs. They bought this property, right? And then he was doing the Mason Lodge thing. And then they went to Egypt. They went to Egypt and they saw Egypt. I have pictures of them in Egypt. Like he did the damn thing. He's traveling in Egypt. He's buying people drinks. Well, no, because he kept saying to the lawyer, I want my fucking all of it. I want my money. Because they were like spending every dime every fucking month. And then the lawyer's like, dude, you're going to fucking blow it. And he fucking said, fine, asshole.
And gave it to him all.
And then he fucking blew it. And then he was broke. And then he fell and hit his head drunk, broke in the kitchen, died. And they wouldn't give the insurance money to my grandma because he died drunk as himself.
No!
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
They were able to call a technicality of the drunkenness.
because they said when he died.
What a way to all those. There's too much going on that I can't even. Yeah. So you have him balling out of control, having a good life.
Yeah.
And
then he got nothing. And then when the Mason Lodge, they went to the Mason Lodge, said, hey, they didn't give us insurance, and he gave a shit ton of money for all these dinners and things. And they were like, who?
They're so quick to turn their back on it. Everyone is.
Well, I mean, but at the same time, I mean, I'm not defending anything, but he paid. He knew what he was he knew what he was doing, and then
of course, yeah. But it's just funny.
He should have got life insurance, though. Because
of course, there's a lot of, but it's funny how like people, they're so quick to turn their back.
Oh yeah,
and not care.
Which is a lesson for everybody listening. It's like you got to protect yourself, and no
one gives a fuck about you.
Do you put money away into your IRA?
No, I don't have an IRA yet.
Dude, you'll get a tax credit for that. You'll get more money in your taxes. You put $125 a week in an IRA. It's a tax credit, and you can do up to $6,500. Like when the tax laws changed with Trump, and I couldn't itemize my shit anymore.
Yeah, what the fuck? I was like, what the fuck?
Well, that's
why I got a business. Do you know why? That's why I got. Hey,
and we'll talk about.
Shout out to Trump. I got a business for it.
Yeah, easy. Actually, no, you're fine. So yeah,
I don't know. I'm being censored.
No, you're fine. No, you're not being censored.
You can't censor me.
Hey, don't scream it. Don't scream. No, just don't scream in the mic. Remember.
Always the mic.
No, yeah, just like ahead straight here. Mm-hmm. So, my tax guy's like, you're gonna have to pay. So I made $10,000 less. I actually made less because I wasn't claiming like 9 like everybody does in the film business, and I don't know if that's going to set off a red flag for the IRS and the Scientologists are going to come get us.
That's the thing. I know. I don't know if we can tell you about that shit.
No. But hold on. But anyways, I made 10,000 less, and I made like less on my check every week because I wanted to see what it was all about, and I still owed $1,500. So my tax guy goes, well, what about IRA? And I was like, oh yeah, I want to start that. So I put 2,000 in, and then I got money back. it's a tax credit. So like if you put, I have it now set up that it pulls automatically 125 a week, and that's your max for the year, and that's just money you don't have. And if you do it now, how old are you?
31. About to turn 32, February 27th.
So I did a calculator on the internet that said if I started at 35, which I think I did, if I did 6,500, no, it's 5,500 on this calculator.
A year?
Now it's 65. If I did 5,500 a year at 35, when I retired, I'd have $500,000. So if you start at 31 and at 65, you'll probably have like $750,000. Yeah. And then the taxes in the front, you don't pay it at the end, I think.
But then no, you don't.
You pay up
you can't quote
with
me.
The traditional. You pay up front.
But then also too, but you can't touch it though till you.
Which you shouldn't because it's growing.
Yeah,
so it's like what you need to do is like you need to start because, and I'm saying this because of like my family, like they never did any of this shit. My mom, she was a teenager when she had me. She had me when she was like younger than 14 years old.
So, but Bobby, so can I get we get off on a tangent, and I love how we do because that's how we have a great conversation. But but when he was partying and doing his thing, what were you doing?
I was 2. I was 2 years old.
So you weren't even.
I remember 3 years old. So that's 1986. I just remember being there as a kid. They gave me a Nintendo. I remember for Christmas, and I remember seeing them, but I never saw them rich. I never saw that world. I saw them on the fucking way down. Yeah. And then I remember him just sitting there, kind of being a drunk, all sad, like kind of. And then my grandma was.
How old were you when he died?
I remember 4, something like that.
So you don't remember him?
I do. Oh, I do.
No, but a little bit, but not.
I remember seeing my grandma. She would love to sit next to him and fucking sew and put her hand in his face, and like he's like trying to read, and then he'd like get up and move. And
why? Because she would fuck with him.
No, she's senile. She lost her mind. And then he would get up and go read the paper somewhere else, and then she would look up like with a smile on her face because she loved him, and then she'd get up and go sit next to him, and then she would be pulling the thing. So now he has nowhere to go, so he would just read like this.
Oh my god!
He would just like rock.
And
like,
you were in that house 3.
That shows they lived in the place in Hollywood. They bought that place when I was born for my mom, so that was part of the money. I guess they bought that place and had a front house, a rental. So they rented it to some lady forever.
That's still smart moves that he was making.
That was a smart move.
He made some smart moves.
He made some smart moves.
But he made some dumb moves. That's the thing. You know what the dumb moves? He didn't know.
You know, the dumb moves was he never maintained anything. Nothing was maintained because he ran out of money. Dude, that place, when I lived there, the next door neighbor, there was this guy in the back that did fucking heroin, and he would throw the needles over the fence.
Come on.
Yeah. And my mom would find him and be like, "Hey, you fucking!" He was a gay dude, and he died of AIDS. He died of AIDS.
Well, yeah, you're doing heroin and fucking getting the butt. You're
80s.
Getting AIDS.
I know, but he did that was in the 80s too. So he died of AIDS, and then yeah, go ahead.
Wow,
there's a lot. I've thrown a lot at you.
Well, no, but it's heavy. It's like those are like gnarly. Like who can tell you like a gay neighbor was throwing?
But I remember like a little kid, probably 2. I remember going and like looking down and seeing a thing, and my mom like grabbing me and then like taking it and fucking like throwing it
back.
She's like, "Here's your fucking needle, you dick."
God.
Yeah, but that's what this neighborhood was weird because it was like they had that element, but like this neighborhood actually wasn't bad. There's a lot of Filipinos on the street, and then there was white people, and then over there, a block away was the Tunerville gang, which they're still kind of there.
What's Tunerville?
It's a Mexican gang.
Spanish?
Yeah, they've been there since the 40s. They used to wear zoot suits, and then they have a rivalry with Frogtown, which is by
Dodger Stadium
and the Rascals.
Who's and that's all.
It's all
is
here.
That all South American, Latino?
Yeah, it's all. I don't know if like specifically the Rascals is specific like Mexican or El Salvadorian, but they're all like gangs.
They're all South American. Yeah.
I used to go in high school there's a free gym at the park over there, and like I couldn't go at night because like one of the guys, the homeboys over there, he got lit up by he's like the head of the gang over there, and he got lit up by a shotgun. Pellets all up his leg, and he actually got shot in the head, and he lived. Like they drove drive-by. So drive-by was a big thing. So it's like if I went at night, I could get drive-by. It's like they said, you're going to get shot.
Yeah.
So I'd go during the day because I needed a free gym because I was working out for football. And I remember working out and it got dark. And in there's like the gang streets. There was like Bemis, Baywood, and all that shit. I forget which one's the first one. But I looked outside the window and there's all metal bars on the window. There's not metal bars, like a metal, like, I don't know what the fuck that's called. It's like a big screen.
Like a grate?
It's like a grate.
Like a grate.
Yeah. And I looked out the window and I was resting during my set. I was like 13 years old. I was 13 years old. And then I saw this car go by and go pop, 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 pop.
At the grate?
No, the other side. They were shooting at the houses.
Oh.
And that was in the 90s. But the whole time it was like, this was kind of okay.
And then what did you do when you heard those pops? You jumped on the ground?
I was going the other way, so I was kind of just like, holy shit. I was kind of like, I should have got down, but I saw them.
You were just so shocked.
I was kind of in shock, and I saw it going the other way, so I wasn't really, I was like, they're trying to get in the house of
no, you're behind them, so you're not.
Yeah, but that's what they're trying to shoot the people in the house. So,
fuck.
But at that time, it was like.
But did that scare you? They'd be like, I don't want to be around here?
You want to get close to this. Did that scare me? I don't know, dude. I was kind of just like desensitized to it. It was weird. And because here's another thing that was weird. It's like I grew up here and I used to play basketball every Wednesday over there at that free park. It was free.
Hey, can I say just because we did basketball?
Yeah.
And,
Kobe. We want to talk about Kobe?
No, you're not talking about it because we keep going, but just shout out to Kobe and we'll talk about Kobe later.
Yeah, okay, well, I'll write that down and we'll see if we get to that. Because for sure we want to bring that up because that was a crazy event in LA history. Because he was like, if he wasn't the most famous guy in LA.
No, it's crazy. I think we're gonna get on to him because that's just how special he is. But I think we are. I'm already getting into him. And I'm already about to fucking cheer up.
Kobe, inspiration.
I grew up in the suburbs, like a little bit east of Pasadena. Wanted to be a basketball player, and he was like from when he first started. I was like watching him, loving him, and he was the reason why I liked LA, why I watched basketball. I had the mentality. I bought all his shoes, everything he did.
Remember when he got picked up? Who was the coach?
When he got picked up?
When his first year on the Lakers, Del Harris.
Was it Del Harris?
It was Del Harris.
It was Del Harris. Remember that?
Yeah.
But he was. Even beyond the basketball, which I didn't realize at the time as a kid, that he was teaching me life goals.
What are you talking about? No, tell me. What are you talking about?
Like he was really showing me like you gotta just be instinctual. You gotta be like instinctually just do it. Just don't be scared. You are the best. You can you can do it. Like he literally it was a weird mentality. And then I thought I only shared that. And then now, of course, I had some friends in basketball that we were like, even to this day, we're friends because of Kobe, and I thought yeah, it was just like the basketball world. I thought the basketball world knew that about Kobe, but then seeing him pass away, and it's everyone got the Mamba mentality. And it's amazing. Like I really feel like he gave me some life lessons, and it's great. Like for instance, there's a crazy story, man. It was my party days. I'm with one of my homies from high school, and we were big Kobe fanatics. We 4 years varsity, balled out. We loved Kobe. That was our guy. That was like that we had. That's what we had in common was basketball, and we loved Kobe. But now, fast forward, I moved out to fucking LA. I'm living in Venice. He moved out to LA. He's living in the marina, and we became best friends. This big, tall, 6'7" black dude. Me, short, fucking 5'10", half black, half Japanese. You don't know what the fuck I look like. Like everyone thinks I'm Mexican. But
I thought you were Mexican. I didn't even. You don't even look like Chris at all. I'm like, is he your half?
He's
brother?
my half.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
He's the better half. No.
So,
anyways, your buddy.
So he's a tall. And the reason why I bring up the way he looks is we're in Hollywood partying out, did some Molly. Like it was like literally like I'm 31, so this is probably like 6 years ago. The day before July 4th. I remember it was the day before July 4th because the next day I had to go to my parents' house and go hang out with them. So on July 3rd, me and my friend in Hollywood. We drove to Hollywood. We're getting buck, and we're in Hollywood partying. Did some Molly, drinking. We start walking back towards our car, which is on the Trader Joe's, on Vine. The Trader Joe's on Vine.
I would just like to say that all the Trader Joe's, they have the worst parking lots in the history of every parking lot. But go ahead.
So does Whole Foods. Whole Foods has really bad parking. I guess it's just good grocery stores.
Everybody's
It gets
mean.
too crowded.
Everybody's mean.
Oh,
so anyways,
piss.
you were with your buddy. You're by the in Hollywood and Vine.
So it's like, I don't know, it's like Hollywood.
I know where that is. I know exactly where that is.
But you know, but what was funny is Equinox wasn't there. So now when you go there, because I just went there the other day.
For anybody who doesn't know, Equinox is where all the hottest people in LA go to work out and try to get discovered or meet like the love of their life.
Yeah, you know, you're paying thousands a month. But so this was before. So you had So we're parked, and I'm with my friend, and again 6'7" black dude, tall, and we're walking. We're stumbling back.
Big cock.
BBC for days.
Anyways,
so I know you got excited.
I did.
So you broke my concentration. So
I knew I'd do that.
So we're walking. So we're stumbling back to his S550. And by the way,
this guy's got money.
But no, it was a 92. So that's dude. He went and let's go Let's go a different route for a second. He fucking had 4 of those S550s. They were all like a 92, and within 2 years they always broke down.
I know all about that life. But dude, he did it way better than I did.
No, but it's like, but I finally told him, and he doesn't buy any cars. That he doesn't do that anymore. But like he would do. I'm like, you're an idiot. But anyway, so we go, and then, again, it does. It looks so these people across the street, they're Mexican or they're South American. They were some type of Latino descent. They're across the street. We're stumbling back to his S550 92 edition, and we're like, what are we in, like 2016? Come on,
is that what year it was?
Yeah, so it was like, I mean, no, so it was 6 years ago.
Good. He had him clean though, right?
It was clean though.
Yeah,
it was clean.
Yeah,
it was 6 years ago. So what? I mean, from now. So, and these
ladies.
These dudes.
Oh, they were dudes.
These gang members.
Oh, I thought they were ladies.
But it gets heavy. I can't even joke right now because it gets heavy. So they start talking shit, like, hey, just saying whatever, and we're stumbling back. So we're like, hey, yeah, fuck you, say it back. And then we kind of get in our car. In his car, he gets in the driver's side, I get in the passenger, and then they start running over. There's like 3 of them, and one of them, because I'm realizing what's going on, and I've been through I'm a small guy, so I know that when it comes to fighting, either I'm gonna talk shit to you because I know I'm gonna beat you up, or I'm gonna be quiet because I know, like I always know my surroundings, but and he did not know. So these 3 gang members are running towards us across the street. One of them does like a motion like this, running. Like literally, it looks like he's pulling out a fucking samurai sword. I don't know what he was unsheathing, but he was like unsheathing, running at us. So then,
he had some blade or something, huh? Like a machete.
So
they
then,
like machetes. Those guys.
Then my dumbass friend and I too were in the car. So he's talking shit out of his window in the front, and I'm in the passenger. I'm like, dude, John, go! But he's thinking that he's all tough. He's hanging out his front window talking shit to him. They run up on him. One of the guys starts trying to like hit him, and then John's kind of hitting him. And then the other guy, man, like I want to get up right now and show you the motion. It was a perfect motion because he's sitting down in his car hitting some other guy.
Yeah.
And the other guy's sitting above him.
It's called the high ground.
Dude, doing this at least 8 times.
Stabbed your buddy.
8 times.
He stabbed him.
At least. And I'm like, oh fucking. So I'm kind of trying. I'm in the passenger side.
But you don't want any part of this shit.
Well, of course not. But now that you see that my boy's getting stabbed, I'm like, oh my god. So I was trying to deflect, but dude, I'm in the passenger.
Are you fucking? You were in Hollywood. This is all going down.
Listen, so I'm in the passenger. I'm in the
Christ.
I'm in the passenger side. So I try to kind of like, as the guys, I can't try to block him, get him, but you can't block it. And then the third guy, and thank God he did not have a knife. He's like, oh, because I was like, leave, John. And he's like, oh, you want to leave, motherfucker? Like talking.
He's getting stabbed and he's still going. Oh, because he's on Molly.
Well, no, because we're drunk and not even on Molly. I think, no, when you're in a fight mode, dude, you don't feel it.
Damn. Well, there's 2 ways. You either fucking, I'm getting stabbed and now I'm going down.
Or you don't.
He was fight.
So,
no
dude,
flight.
fight. So then, and it's kind of funny. He even did say it, and I'll give him that. He did, as he was getting stabbed, sitting down in the driver's seat, and he did knock out. He did. He did my black because he had that lanky ass arm. He did like the guy kind of did like phone like.
Did he hit the knife guy?
No,
that's the guy you want to knock out.
No, yeah, exactly. So, but then the third guy comes around my side, and thank God he didn't have a knife. He started.
Did you say I don't want to? Leave me alone.
He's like, oh, you want to leave? So he starts trying to hit me.
Was your window down?
And then a girl, yeah.
Why'd you roll that shit up?
And then a girl,
power?
Dude,
It
happened so fast.
Power 106.
Exactly, 92. It probably was. But then a girl starts yelling, and thank God she yelled because then they ran. But then listen to this. So then all of a sudden, they run. And I get out the car now because they ran. So I'm like, oh my God. So I get to the driver's side to my friend, and he's like, we got them niggas, we got them. And I'm like, what? They got us. You are stabbed up. Get over. I was like, get up, get out, go over, go to the passenger side. So I get him out. I sit in the driver's side. There's blood everywhere. I'm talking dash. It looks like from like a Friday the 13th Michael Myers blood scene. All puddles on the ground of both sides, little red puddles. And John, my friend, walks across. We got him. And he's kind of limping, and he sits down. I'm like, dude, sits down. I drive 2 blocks. I start going crazy. I see him. It's literally in Hollywood, so there's like Greystone or whatever fucking clubs open right there.
Shit.
Bunch of people outside waiting in line, and I'm just driving. I just pull over. I'm like, I gotta fucking pull over. Fucking, I get out. I'm like, I need help. This couple girls scream, oh my God, take your shirt off and put it over him because he's just bleeding all throughout his chest, bleeding. I take my shirt off, put it on him, and I'm just holding him. I'm like, come on, John, come on. And she's like, oh my gosh, she's screaming. And then I'm like, and I swear, I kid you not. Do you know in South Park when? No, listen, I'm gonna bring it up, but it's gonna make sense.
It's just a funny thing.
No, of course, but this because I'm a South Park fanatic, and I swear to God, this happened. So you know in South Park when everyone dies, they shit themselves. But listen. No,
your friend didn't die, did he?
Listen. Oh, no, I don't want to go too much, but
okay.
They shit themselves and they go blah, blah, blah. So I swear he didn't shit himself and he didn't die, but he went. As I'm holding him with my shirt onto him and he's just bleeding profusely, he goes out and I was like, so I get up. I'm like,
and this is after South Park. You saw that you knew this was gonna you knew this, or did that episode happen after?
Oh
this?
no, I know, yeah, because this was 2016. I've been watching South Park since it first started. So
okay.
I've known about this.
You were like, oh my God, he's about to shit. no.
But see, I can't be joking about this because this was really heavy in me. Like I love how you're making jokes and make it light. No, you have to. But it's funny.
Because he didn't die, right?
No, of course not. Because
what do you mean, of course not?
No, but of course not because of what I said. And it comes back to Kobe. No, seriously.
How the fuck you gonna bring this back?
Seriously.
But the guy didn't die.
So, dude.
But you had him.
So I had my shirt on him. I'm holding him. He's breasting, and then he makes the fucking South Park, blah, blah, and I'm like, oh, you laugh, and I'm like,
I'm just laughing because it's preposterous. But.
Of course, but he does it, dude, and I come up, and then the girls like call the cops. So I dial 911, and I call them. I'm like, emergency! I need you to come here. My friend's been stabbed. And they're like, where? They're like, tell me your coordinates. I was like, you fucking know my coordinates. Get the fuck over here. And I kid you not, within 3 minutes, they came.
Like the paramedics or just the cops?
Cops, paramedics.
Everybody.
Within 3 minutes. Like I didn't even I told them, I was like, you fuck, because I knew they knew. I was like, you fucking hell, just come on, because I was too frantic.
No shit.
Just get the fuck over here.
Yeah.
So they knew, because the cell towers, all that shit, come on, we're being tracked. So we are. So they came within 3 minutes, dude, coned everything off. Got the paramedics, got him up, and it was so funny. Even the cops, like, because of course he can tell I smelled like liquor, and then one of the cops like, hey, should we get him for DUI?
But he wasn't driving.
No, me. He's like, hey, should I get him?
But you weren't driving.
Well, I was for a sec. Yeah. What do you mean? We did. We drove off. But the day and then one of the other cops, thank God, he's like, dude, come on, just.
Really? They were gonna try to fucking get you.
Yeah,
on
one
DUI.
of the cops said that. He's like, "Should we get him for he's drunk?" And then he's like, "Just let him go. He's fine."
Dude, his friend just got stabbed to death.
And then I had to yell at them because they wouldn't take me to the hospital where he was going.
Why wouldn't they take you?
They're like, no, you got to go find. And at the time, this was not Uber, so this was literally right before Uber. And they wouldn't take me, and I had to yell at them. I was like, "Take me to him right now! Take me to him!" So they take me.
You couldn't ride in the paramedic?
No,
because you're not family.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what it was just.
Dude, you idiot! You're part black. You could have fucking said you were his half brother.
It was frantic.
I know, dude.
So then
it was
I go to the hospital, find the cop. After I yell at him, he's like, they take me into the back of the cruiser. They drop me off at the hospital. I get in the hospital. I kid you not. I'm in there. The doctor, we're all in there. I'm with John. I'm like, John, you're okay, man. You're okay. And he's kind of coherent. You can see me.
No way.
Just blood everywhere. I'm like tripping. I'm like, John, you'll be okay, man. Come on. And then the doc, and he does it again. He does the whole South Park. He goes on the table, and I'm like,
stop doing that.
And then the doctor's like, oh my God, like we need a blood transfusion. He's losing a lot of blood. He's about to go out.
Yeah.
And when I heard that, I started crying, and I'm just like, John, what would Kobe do? fucking Kobe it.
You did not.
Listen,
you did that?
I was like, fucking Kobe. Dude, I'm like crying. Fucking Kobe it. Fuck, what would Kobe do? You fucking Kobe it. And I kid you not, he looked at me and he started breathing hard. and to this day, he's like, there's a part of me that listened to you, to Kobe it, that made me come from that. Like, so that comes full circle. Kobe was our hero. Like, that's why when he died, like, it tripped us. Like, it really was a bad thing. It was the worst thing that I was able to see. Like, yeah, like, that's your hero. Like, that's my kid hero. That's my Superman dying.
So if anybody wants to come LA for like a tourist thing, this is the kind of stuff that happens here, like every day.
This was like 7 years ago when there wasn't an equinox there. So now I'm sure it doesn't happen.
It's a great tourism story. How did you? Oh, because of Kobe. I was like, how the fuck did you even get on the story? Because of Kobe.
Because of Kobe.
That's a crazy story, though. So
no, to this day we say
Kobe
like,
saved his fucking life.
We think that, like, no, when
you don't think you would have said like, what would Jordan do?
No, because that's what I'm saying. Because we were Kobe heroes. No, we were Kobe. That was our hero. We were fanatics. We were all about him.
So when he died, like, I heard my girl told me, we were sitting on the couch and she said Kobe died, and I checked Wikipedia and it said Kobe is, and I was like, he's not dead. Wikipedia hasn't changed. It was like before they changed it. Yeah. And then I looked up reports and it happened, and I wrote on Facebook. I was immediately like, I was just more shocked because because he became a hero of mine as a kid too, because he made the Lakers great again. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Shout out.
So what I did was I wrote on Facebook, like, oh my God, I just heard that Kobe died in a plane crash or in a helicopter crash. And as I was hearing things, I was like, oh my God, I heard his oldest daughter. And then they said, no, it wasn't his daughter, it was Gianna. And I started hearing things, and I wrote down that thing, that he passed away. So then what happens when people die now? It's like, so somebody wrote a post and they were like, let's not forget the fact that Kobe raped someone. Like the same day, like 2 hours after he died. And I was like, dude, I'm not trying to be like a white knight, and I'm aware of like what went down and that he cheated on his wife. And I said, but this dude just died in a plane crash with his daughter and like 9 other people. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, maybe like chill out on this shit for a while. And then he was like, and I'm not even trying to start a fight. And he goes, dude, if you're in the public eye, you shouldn't be afraid, surprised if you get called out on things. I'm like, yeah, but dude, I said Martin Luther King cheated on his wife. It's true. They painted him as a big cheater. I said Stephen Hawking. Stephen Hawking in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
I said he fucking treated people like shit too. It's like, but when they died, like, hey, let's think of the good shit. Maybe in a little bit, give it a little time, and then you can come back and talk about how he fucks a bunch of people in the ass.
Yeah.
You know?
But being the devil's advocate with them, they're trying to say that he raped. And what is the worst thing to me about this whole situation is, it's like, you don't know what happened. Like because like there's been so many false accusations all the time, and then there's been so many accusations that have been right.
Well, the bottom line is he died. It didn't matter at the time.
But still, I feel like you're right. Someone could, but I feel like they can say that. But like you're saying, you don't bring that shit up now. Like, what the fuck? And that's where it gets touchy, and that's what sucks. Like it gets touchy when that comes.
Anyways,
cool. So yeah, we'll come to that another time.
What are we coming to? What are you talking about? Kobe?
Yeah, no,
we're done. We did it. But we'll talk every time we talk. We'll have this segment. Kobe inspiration.
Well, with the rape thing, you're right. Cause I can't even talk about that.
Kobe inspiration. But I'm saying that's the thing. So, yeah, somebody brought it up.
No, someone.
And
he had.
Stupid.
I don't know where it was at. They did a mural of him, and
somebody wrote
his
rapist.
Daughter. Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. They really did?
Within hours.
They spray painted rapists.
Within hours, though. Like, you were pretty bold. It wasn't I don't know where it was, but it was somewhere in some major city.
Yeah. Well, anyways. Earlier we were talking about
we went on a crazy tangent. So we were talking about you with this house with.
We can go back. We can go back.
We had to go all the way back. So Because I remember, so from what
I was saying, like, I was sitting watching the drive-bys go by, and like, you know, so that's how this neighborhood was. It was like down the street, there was like cholos, and then in this street was like a lot of Filipinos, maybe some white people scattered out, and it was like, I made a friend. And we would play, but my mom wouldn't there was like kids on bikes, and it's like those were the kids you don't hang out with because all of them are little shits, and they're the ones who get arrested and they get in trouble.
Are they older than you, or are they the same age? The ones on bikes?
No, the bike kids in the neighborhoods were like just little cholo kids. So it's like you don't hang out with those kids.
But I'm saying, but the
same
age. What was
mix?
Really?
There was a mix of them, you know.
Yeah.
The taggers, they would tag shit and or whatever. It's like, and that was like you roll with them. It's like eventually you're gonna get arrested. You're gonna go to jail.
And you never kicked it with them ever. You never wanted to kick it.
I would go to I would go to the little store down the street, and they used to have that. I call it the little store. I forgot what it was called. The real name. It has like a real name, but it's on the corner, and I would go there and get soda or ice cream or whatever. But they had an arcade. They had Street Fighter 2 there, so I would go play Street Fighter 2, and I'd see all these kids, and some of them would play basketball, and they became like my buddies. But they became my buddies, but I never rolled with them. And actually, like Puya, do you know Puya?
No.
Ruben is another name he goes by. He's set dresser now.
Yeah.
But he's a homeboy.
Yeah.
And he became a set dresser, and he has a daughter, and he sent her to like where the apple picking is, so because she was going to school and she was getting in trouble because she was hanging out with the wrong people.
Yeah.
But I didn't hang with that, but I knew a lot of the people.
Do you know why you didn't hang with that? Do you think because of the sports?
It was sports helped me.
I think sports.
I had sports, and I didn't want to get in trouble. I didn't want to be punished. I hated it.
Oh, yeah.
I hate being punished.
But why?
Why? Because
was it so severe? Like, would your mom?
No, not her. Well, first of all, her voice is fucking horrible. Like I hate. She knew. She knew. Like if I had one beer, she knew. And
Mom always knows.
Yeah,
dude.
and
Mom always knows.
You know, when I was a kid, when we were in the car, we'd be driving, and there would be a homeless person, and she would be like, "You see that guy? He does alcohol and drugs." It scared the shit out of me. And it's somewhat true, right? Somewhat. Another thing she did, when she said if I didn't wash my hair, that I would lose it. So I was at the market, and there was this bald guy, and I was like 3, and I went, "Look at Mom. Look at the dirty man with no hair." And he had this face like, "What the hell?" And then my mom said, "I'm sorry. I told him if he didn't wash his hair that he'd lose it." And the guy looked at me. He goes, "It's true."
He played along. Good for him.
Scared the shit out of me. I'm still losing my hair, though. I wash that shit like 8 times a day. No.
I think that's why.
No, I wash it once a day. I'm normal, but sometimes twice. But I learned some things. But still, my
barber charges me extra for my thick hair. I always fuck up his clippers, so I gotta pay double.
Now I'm gonna fucking make this so you sound like a piece of shit.
That was an Archer joke. If anyone wants an Archer, it's an
yeah,
Archer joke.
I'm not really mad. You think I'm mad? I'm gonna cut clips of you saying Kobe is rapist. Kobe is rapist.
You could do that,
but I'm not gonna do that.
You could alter.
But my mom would like, she really struck it in my head, and I'm not gonna say names or anything, but there were dudes over there, like the big dudes, and they would be like, "Hey dog, like you don't need to hang out with any of those guys. You need to go do the science fair, dog."
Like, they would though. Yeah. They'd be inspirational. They'd help.
Because they were, everybody's trying to get out of the neighborhood. We used to have a boxer here. I'm gonna try to look it up. There was a guy who was a boxer. He was a pro, Hernandez or something, and he was on all the fight nights, like Channel 9, like the big fights. Yeah. And they were like, "Oh, he got out. You know, he's out of the." That's like the whole thing, really, is to get out,
get out of the trap,
or get out. Yeah, and so there were those who were cool with that, and they were like, and so I would do well in football, and they'd see me in the paper, and they'd be like, "Man, you just keep doing that, dog. You know, you're gonna go to college," and and I did. You know, I got out. I got a scholarship.
But it was sports.
It was sports.
But also, too, you were very good at it. For you to get a scholarship, like, come on.
I started off slow, though, because I was good, but I was lazy. And I was lazy because I'm not going to really make excuses, but I had like both my grandparents were sick at home, and, you know, I wasn't eating right because we were broke, and I just, you know, we didn't know. You didn't know what to do that was right, and you were eating burgers and dumb shit. But I did the least that I could where I was like still beating the shit out of kids, but because I was bigger than them, right? I was, then I got to varsity and I wasn't doing good because I was like,
the same size.
It was just like more intense. And we had a good coach, and he comes up to me.
Well, no, it's the same size though too. Like people start becoming on your level.
I didn't. Yeah, And I didn't start the first like 3 games or 4 games. I was playing a lot, but I wasn't starting. He'd rotate me in.
Ooh,
but
that hurts. Not to start.
Well, that pissed
You
me
want to
off.
be a starter.
But then he pulled me to the side, and I'll say his name. It was Coach Bill Riddell. He ended up going to Oaks Christian after my junior year.
Shout out.
He comes up to me privately. I was upstairs, like far away, but he was up there too, and he goes, "Garofalo, get over here." And I was like, "Yeah, what's up?" He goes, "I just want to say, you've been doing well, but it's like, you're not starting." And it's like, right? It's like, yeah. And it's like, you could be so good if you weren't such a fucking pussy. And he walked away, and I was pissed. And the next day, I just trashed everyone in the fucking field. I was fucking killing them.
He gave you that little fire, that spark.
And that week, one of the dudes, he came up to talk to me because there was a guy going both ways, my friend Zach.
What's both ways mean?
Offense and defense.
Oh, okay,
and so he was getting tired, and he broke his thumb. So he had a cast. It's like he's got a broken hand. He's got to play defense. We need you to step up on offense. Don't be a fucking pussy, you bitch. And he walked away, and I went in, and then I played both ways that game.
Yeah,
I played both ways and started, and then
smashed it.
And then from then on, and if you look up there, what does that say?
Let me see. 2018 Hall of Fame, baby. Golden Knights, what's happening?
Yeah, that was when I got that. That's when I proposed to my lady.
No.
So the field at the high school is named after her grandpa.
Wait, actually, now that I look about it, so 2018. So they gave it to you
last year, 2 years.
So, but
how do you?
So how do you get in that?
Somebody recommends you, and
because you put up numbers.
Well, I was an old lineman, but so I was on 2 teams that we almost went to the championships, and we won we lost 2 games one season and 2 games the other season, and I was good at O-line. And then I went to Memphis, and then I almost made it in the NFL. I almost made it to the Broncos. So anyway, before I go on, the football field is named after my wife's grandpa because he was the best coach in our history. And then
your wife right now with you currently.
Yeah, she went to
grandpa.
She went to the all girls school. I went to the all boys school. After we were done, her uncle got inducted.
That's cute.
Her uncle got inducted the same night.
Oh my god!
And my friend Cameron will be like, yeah, you're dating the daughter.
Of course you did.
And that's what it takes.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but we went up to
just greasing the wheels.
I was
baby.
with her for 10 years. So I went up to the dad's house, and then I said everybody was tired. It was late because there was just a game, right? And I wanted everybody there, and I had the dad organize everybody to get there. And the first thing I walked in the door, and not everybody's there yet, Jen's grandma on the dad's side goes, "Well, everybody's tired." And I was going to propose, and I was like, "No, nobody's tired." And then her cousin was like, "I'm leaving. I got to drive back up to Utah because he's going to school at BYU." And I was like, "You can't leave. You're the only one that I need to film this shit because you're the only one I trust because they were all old people or little kids." He was the only one who was smart enough to do it the right way.
Yeah.
He goes, "What? You're fucking proposing now?" I said, "Yeah." So I said the uncle gave a speech because I said, "You got to give a speech, and then I'm going to give a speech. It'll make no one will see it coming." This fucker goes up and gives the best speech of his life, and I was like, "Fuck!"
I'd come after that.
Literally, I couldn't have, dude. It was perfect. It was like he wrote it.
Yeah.
And then I go up and I'm like, "Ooh, my coach called me a pussy." No, I was stupid because I was nervous too because I'm fucking proposing, dude. You did it, didn't you?
So I did it a different way.
Yeah, well,
I did it a different way.
But you proposed.
No, okay, no.
Okay, well then we'll talk 5 seconds. So I said, my coach called me a pussy. Did you do that? And then I said, "Man, I've known you guys a long time." And then her aunt goes, "How long?" Only 3 people in the room knew. She didn't know, but she set it up. I was like, "Great segue." It's "How long?" It's about 10 years now. And I was like, and I said, "Jen," is "Will you marry me?" And I said,
and she had no idea. Yeah, thunderstruck.
Yeah, she was smiling, and I got the ring. I said, I've loved you very long time, and you're the perfect girl. Will you marry me? And there's a video of it. And then she said, "Yeah." And then she said, I pulled the ring out, and she went like this. Put it in my hand. She didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
I said, "Turn them around."
That's so cute.
And I put it on, and then, yeah. So tell me, because you how long, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah,
2 weeks ago.
But also mine's way not special, but different than yours.
How long were you with her?
So 3 years, but
and tell me about her because she's special.
Yeah, but the situation's special though too compared to yours. So I'm fucking.
Brandon's a story topper. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, no. Tell me about. No, I'm just kidding, dude.
Okay,
just tell me about this.
Kind of.
Tell me about this.
But actually, it's another story, another funny story. So a Spanish chick, camera girl, I'm dating, love her. I'm 28 at the time, 27 at the time. We're together for a while. It's my first ever real girlfriend from Spanish. From Spain. We're together for a year, and
she's a camera girl.
Camera girl, dope, from Spain. Has like a shaved head. Like
she's hip.
Like super hip with
so
the
you
fucking,
met her on set.
On set with the fucking the little one braid.
I'm calling HR.
Three braids coming down. Oh no, I've already gotten a couple HR complaints. Believe me. But
I believe you. That's the only thing I believe you said all night. So I'm just kidding.
She's all stylish, and what my first and that was right when that's how you can market the date is. That's when Mad Max came out, the new one, the Fury Road.
That's the way to remember it.
But because that's my opening line. I was like, "Hey, you look like the girl. Like you look like you could be in Mad Max.
You said that.
You look hot. Like she's like, and we're at Crafty. She's like, yeah, what's up? And we started talking, and then I got her number.
Is she gonna listen to this?
I don't know. Maybe.
That's the fucking line? That's the line.
That was the line. Hey, Raquel Gallego. She enjoyed it. Ooh, shout out to the first name and last name. But but the thing, and that's why I make long stories longer, is that she I was with her for a year. We had a blast. I was actually in love with her. She was dope. But then also she was bisexual, and she had a girlfriend, a really hot El Salvadorian 43-year-old that looked like she was 25.
And you were trying to get with both of them.
Well, I mean, the Raquel.
You should say no because you're married to her. Oh, does she care?
No, that was a Spanish one, not a French one. It's different. So that's what I'm saying. It's a long story. That's what I'm saying.
All right.
But it builds up. Just like with the whole Kobe thing. It comes back.
The whole Kobe.
No, but it comes back.
All right.
So I'm with her, but she's bisexual. And I'm okay with her having a girlfriend, whatever. They're kind of dope. I'm trying to get in the other one's pants too, sniffing her butt every day.
Jen, and she doesn't get that. Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, no, you got to sniff butt, dude. Sniffing butt. Like I'm not touching you. I'm trying to sniff it. So I'm with her. We're enjoying life, and she has another girl. She has her girlfriend at the time too, and we're all hanging out, and I'm fine. But it gets weird. But to me, it's fine. But it got weird when they wanted to go somewhere for a weekend. And didn't want to bring me. Like girls only. I'm like, what? Fuck you. And it just so happened that my Venice apartment was being tented for termites, so I couldn't stay there. And Raquel's like, well, you can stay at my place. But the girl weekend, we're going to San Francisco without you, and you can stay at my place.
That's nice of her.
And the last thing she told me, don't bring a girl home. I was like, of course, babe, I would never do that. So it was Halloween weekend. I went with my boy Justin. Shout out to Justin Madrid. Love that motherfucker. We always party.
Your girl didn't have a ring, did she? That one?
Which
she
one?
didn't have a fucking camera in the front.
No, no, because this is before. This is like 7 years. Like this is I was 28. So
okay, so you're staying at the place. It's Halloween.
So I'm staying at the place. It's Halloween. I go to Hollywood with my boy Justin. We party. I get this chick. I don't know how. We're blacked out drunk. I start sniffing
her butt.
I start sniffing blow off her tits in the bar. We're in a Hollywood bar, and I'm just because I'm not blacked out.
Does your Spanish girl know this? Well, she does now.
No, that's why we broke. I'm telling you, that's why it was a whole bad thing.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
I was gonna say because I was protecting you. See, I'm protecting you.
No, there's a whole thing.
Does your French girl know about this?
Yes, I don't tell her everything.
Okay. So, do you see what I'm doing though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want you to say.
You keep butting in. You keep wasting.
But you see what I'm doing though, right?
Yes.
Okay, because I'm protecting you.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and tell the thing that everybody knows already. The girls.
So I meet this girl on the dude. We're doing blow in front of everyone. It's crazy. And then I find out she's like a stripper. She claims she was a porn star. She probably like.
You didn't Google her?
Well, no. I was too fucked up. I'm telling you.
All right.
But the way I know she was a stripper was we're on Sunset at the bar. And right there's like the Body Shop or Body Works, whatever.
I know where that's at.
We get in there for free.
Okay.
And then because it's funny, no one's even there because it's Halloween night actually, and no one's in the strip club.
You never think of that.
I'm in the strip club at Body Works. No one's there. I have her and she. And they're all homies because they all come. I have 4 strippers with the girl that I met in this booth. and I'm giving them blow. I'm like, oh my god, you girls are so hot. You could be doing something else. Here, take a bump. It's like oh my god, you're so smart. You could be like a teacher. Here, take a bump. Like I'm literally blowing out all these strippers, the strip club because she knows everyone because she's a stripper. Like she works there, obviously. And like blowing them all out, having a blast, just like we're all solving world problems together as we're doing blow, and then I'm like, all right, let's go home. So
like, all of them?
Well, and then they're like, no. So
they said no.
No, I didn't ask all of them, but to the girl I was with. You're right. I should.
But it's okay. I understand. It was the kind of you didn't think.
Well,
about
I was overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So I had the one. I was like, hey, let's go home. Like she's like, all right. She's like, well, we can't go to my house. I have a boyfriend. And I was like, and I was like, well, I have a girlfriend, but we go back to her house. So we take an Uber all the way back to Culver City to my girlfriend's house.
You remember all this? You remember all this because so you weren't too fucked up.
No, I was very fucked up, but I definitely.
Did she smell like a stripper? Did she have that like perfume?
No, she had these
the perfume though.
Fake tits.
But you know what I mean though.
Everything.
There's a perfume they wear.
Glitter. No, it's everything.
She didn't have the perfume though.
Well, no, but no.
Well, go ahead.
No.
So go ahead.
But also, it was Halloween though too, so she's all dressed up.
Okay, continue.
But so
What was she?
White girl. Blonde,
no,
fake blonde,
not
white
that.
girl. Oh.
Idiot! You idiot! It's Halloween.
That's what I default to. Oh, just like a fucking lingerie whore, just in lingerie, just a broad, just a girl.
What's so funny is she was probably some sexy blank, and it was just like she was just a whore. Okay, continue. So you brought her back to where you weren't supposed to.
Where I wasn't supposed to.
Yeah.
And I take her, and then we have a little patio area, so we're all doing blow, drinking, and talking. We start making out again. And I didn't tell you guys yet. There's a roommate.
Wait, at your girl's house?
My girlfriend has a roommate. So I get there, and my girlfriend's roommate is in the shower. It's 4 a.m. So
so you thought she would be asleep?
So no, but we get there, and she's in the shower. So I'm like, okay, hey, I can be outside in the patio area with her, and I'm gonna do blow and party. And then when she gets out of the shower, she's gonna go back in her room and go to bed, and then I can do everything. So as we're doing this, the
roommate doesn't do what you think.
The roommate takes a shower, gets out, and comes outside into the patio area. And I'm like, wait, it gets better. I'm like, she's like, hey. I'm like, hey, what's up? I'm like, hey, this is my cousin.
You said this is your cousin?
Listen, this is my cousin Sarah. And the stripper whore says, hi, my name is Samantha or whatever. I'm like,
what a wicked web we weave.
And she's like, oh my God. She's like, and then the roommate was just like, knew that we were lying, knew that because the way she was dressed and I was all coked out, moving my jaw.
Well, you're the worst liar ever, though.
And the worst guy on coke too. You can just tell.
Here's another thing that's really dumb. Did you have money at this time? Did you have money at all?
No, exactly. I should have got a hotel. all my homies, all my boys tell me, why don't you get a room? I'm telling you, I don't think.
It's okay.
I'm in the now. I'm in the now.
So anyways, what was she call her friend immediately?
So then, no, that's the crazy thing. So she got all like, oh, okay, whatever.
Really?
And then goes to her boyfriend's house.
Oh.
So she leaves. And I'm like, but I know now she's gonna tell.
It's over.
So now I'm like,
I better fuck good.
I'm like, I told the girl, I'm like, you gotta get out. You gotta get out. You fucked it over because I was really in love with this girl, but I wanted to party. But whatever. But like, so
wait, you were telling this girl to get out? It was too late anyways.
So, but listen,
that's another bad mistake.
But listen, so I'm like, get out. What the fuck? You fucked up.
You're saying you fucked up or she fucked up?
No, I'm blaming her. Come on, I don't take accountability at that time. So I'm blaming her, and you know what she does? And it's so funny. I'm like, you fucked up. You get the fuck out of here. Leave. And she's like, no, come on. Starts touching me.
Oh no.
Like,
and then
come on.
And
I'm like. No, and as I'm yelling at her, I'm like, yeah, leave. And she starts like touching me, leave. I start grabbing her, leave, get out of here, get out. And we just start making out, and then we go at it. And I take her back. Oh my God, Rako's gonna hate me.
You know what's so funny? Is like all of a sudden I imagine just this like slow love music, like it's like all this, and then that's what it turns into like this.
It's all romantic. Yeah. and we have fun for the whole night. It was a blast.
Best night ever.
Best night ever.
But we learned.
And then So to get back to full circle, so my girlfriend, she dumps me. She finds out.
So
she's
because
pissed.
the roommate she actually said it, right?
She's pissed, but Yeah, of course.
I thought you were going to say the
told.
roommate was going to get in on this thing.
Oh no, that would have been the dopest.
Did you try?
No, I was overwhelmed.
That's too bad. Dude, you fucked up all over the place.
All over the place. So then she leaves me. She's pissed off, but it's kind of funny. And this is Spanish, vendetta fucking bitches, dude. So, dude, it takes me 3 months, dude, but I get her back. I swear to God. So, like, dude, I did a commercial.
You did a Kobe Bryant. Is what you did.
Dude, did a Kobe. Hey, shout out. So I did a job where we had a 12x12 full of real flowers. And at the end of it was like a Beyonce fucking music video for Coldplay.
You're saying a 12x12 flat with flowers on the face? With flowers,
yeah, on the face. And so after the job, I was able to take all those at least half of them, and I snuck over to her place, and she had a Tacoma truck.
Of shit.
She had it because I was so sorry, I was so sad. I was like, I love you, I'm gonna be back with you.
Did you tell her you bought them?
So I know, of course, I told her I did a job.
Okay,
and I filled up her Tacoma flatbed truck or in the flat, filled it up with flowers, had a bottle of wine.
You didn't have a Bluetooth with like her favorite song though.
and then she's like, yeah, like literally I was doing things like that, like. Doing just these crazy proposals of like, I'm so sorry, I love you. And within 3 months, she took me back. So I'm like, oh, I'm back with her. But I was all stoked. And then we book a flight to go to Spain to go see her family. So I book a 2 month endeavor to go hang out with her in Spain with her family.
This was like 7 years ago?
Yeah. No, this is like 4 years ago.
I think I remember some of this shit.
Remember I go to Spain. Remember I go to Spain.
Remember.
So dude, so I had a round trip ticket to Spain. So you get there on July 3rd.
And you could leave it was a flex, right?
Not a flex, but just in 2 months you got to be back there and go home. So, no plans, but I was going to be with her for a couple weeks, and I was going to go travel a little bit and then go back to her for another month, you know?
Yeah.
But this Spanish vendetta bitch got me back! The third dog! She gets me back in the worst way, bro! Like, it was so bad. She fucking, the first night I'm there, we have fun. I'm at her mom's house. We're in this big ass flat. We're having a great time in Madrid. And the first day, we have fun. Then the second day, she goes to work for a little bit. This chick never comes home. My girl never comes home. Leaves me in Madrid overnight at her mom's house, waiting for her. No response, no nothing. Like, oh, you bitch. The next day, I see her. She's like, oh, I'm not gonna fucking, you're not gonna wait for me. Like, fuck you, I can do whatever I want.
And you just got there.
I just got there. I'm like, oh, you fucker. I was like, well, she's like, yeah, fuck you. So, but she's been planning this.
Of course she did. So you deserve it.
Exactly. That's why I couldn't be mad at the end. So, dude, so then the next day comes. We hang out after she left for the whole night. She didn't come home and didn't text back. I'm like, where are you? I'm like, I'm here at your mom's house. I don't know what to do.
And you were really sad because she got you.
So I was really sad.
Because you actually liked her.
Oh, no, it gets worse. No, it gets way worse. So then the next day comes, the next morning, I'm like, hey, what the fuck were you? Like, what shit? I can do whatever I want, whatever. You're not the boss of me. I can, just this whole spiel of whatever. So I was like, okay, cool. So we hung out for that day. It got kind of fine. That night, he's like, hey, let's go party. I'm like, okay, cool. Let's go fucking Madrid-style party. I'm down. So I go hang out with this. I go meet up with this cool little bar underground. Like, it's like deep in the cavern. It's like a basement style bar, like rocks everywhere. Like, it literally is like, it looks like under, like, in a basement. So we party, and her homies, dude, they give me like some liquid, so it's like GHB, or it's like some, not GHB.
That's growth hormone?
No, yeah, exactly. But it's almost like the date rape thing.
Oh, I know what you're saying.
So
Rohypnol, roofies.
It's kind of like
GHB. You're right.
Yeah,
I think GHB.
So, dude, he puts it in my drink. He's like, "Hey, you'll like this," because they couldn't get Coke, so they gave me speed. So I was like, I couldn't get Coke. It's like, fuck, I'll do whatever. So they gave me speed. So I started snorting meth. In Madrid, and then he's like, and then here, I'll give you this too. That he gave me the GHB. So I did a flip. So I did the GHP with the fucking meth.
That's
snort.
called a flip.
And I was, so I'm all fucked up.
They're trying to kill you, dude. That's gonna fuck your heart up, dude.
So, dude, I'm all fucked up, partied out. Holy shit! And then we go to another after hours bar, right? But then she's with this guy.
And this is a new guy, right?
So a new guy shows up.
Oh, this is a different guy than the guy who gives you the drugs?
Yeah, so that's her homie. So there's like 4 of us. And then a 5th guy shows up. And this 5th guy that shows up is her dude. Is my girl's guy that she's been seeing.
So there's four guys, her, and then now this 5th guy.
Well, there's a girl, there's 2 girls, a guy, Raquel, and me.
Oh, and so that's 5 people. Now this other guy shows up.
And then another guy shows up. Like, who's this dude? and her and Raquel and him are getting kind of like a little close. I'm like, are you fucking? She's like, no, I'm not. And then she even kisses him in front of me. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, and mind you, we're on these drugs.
How many?
The third day, bro. Third day within 2 months.
Okay.
I'm here for 2 months. The third day, she's already going crazy on me. So she starts kissing in front of me. I'm like, what? So I start yelling at her. What the fuck? She's like, oh, it's nothing. Like, and mind you, we're on drugs, so it's like it's hard to kind of comprehend shit. I'm in also another country, my first time ever overseas. So like, what the fuck? So we go to this other after hours party, and we're arguing in the taxi the whole way there. We get there, and she pretty much leaves me at this after hours by myself. And she goes with this guy, and I literally have to run after her. And I'm yelling at her, and I'm like, you're not fucking leaving me here. I don't know no one here. I'm in fucking Madrid. You're not. Like, she was gonna leave me. I was like, you're not. I gotta go home. Take me fucking home. So we walk all the way from the after hours bar back to her mom's house, and it's the weirdest, craziest fight, and pretty much, she's like, all right, you're gonna stay here for the night, and I'm kicking you out. So
forever for the whole, and you're supposed to be there 2 months.
2 months. So the third day. So, dude, for the next day, so I get kicked out. Thank God the mom of her was pretty nice. She kind of lets me stay for a little bit. She tells me, like, hey, where you can go stay at. But I get kicked out. And I'm just, dude, I'm at this hotel. So now I find a hotel in Madrid. The shitty hotel for it was like 100 euros.
Dude, you could have stayed at a hostel for cheaper.
So listen, so it's gonna it gets better. So me, dumb American, never traveled. I didn't know what a hostel was. So I went to a hotel for 100 euros. Yeah. I went there for 2 nights. The first night I cried the whole time, and I'm like, should I go home? Should I get a what should I do? So I cried for 2 nights. I hit up one of my friends.
You didn't call anybody for 2 nights.
Dude, I'm telling you, first of all, I was hungover too from fucking doing GHP and fucking meth, snorting it. So yeah, I gotta have a fucking day to fucking chill, and my girl just left me in Madrid. And by the way, at this hotel, guys, there's the funniest thing is this couple. I don't know if it was a couple or this girl was a prostitute and had guys come, but they were fucking all. So not only am I sad and my girlfriend leaves me, I have these people doing crazy loud sex. And literally 2 doors over, just pounding away, screaming. And I'm just so sad. Like, I want my girl. I want to fuck. Oh my God, they're fucking.
Well, they were probably turned. I don't know if they're turned on or turned off by your cries.
Yeah, they probably heard it. But dude, I was so hurt. But I hit up one of my friends. He's like, dude, right now you have 2 months, bro. Just take a plane, go somewhere, and just figure it out. Like, fuck off.
You can go anywhere in Europe for 50 bucks. Did you do Ryanair?
Dude, all that shit. Yeah. All that shit. I took plane, trains, automobiles all around Europe for 2 months.
Yeah, speed
but get
trains.
This.
Yeah.
So I didn't know hostels yet.
Yeah.
After Madrid.
So you're blowing money left and right on hotels.
I have a half sister actually. So that's another long story, but we're gonna keep it short. I have a half sister in Frankfurt that I see for a little bit.
She lives there?
She a half sister.
So you got a lot of half siblings, dude.
When my dad was in the army.
Oh my God.
America went to Frankfurt. He impregnated he impregnated a German. And
dude, you are a chip off of your old fucking. You're your dad.
So listen.
Dude.
So now I go see my sister in Frankfurt. My half sister who I haven't seen in forever. I go to her house with her husband. I'm in the middle of Germany, suburbs, country.
How long were you in Germany?
So I was in their house for 3 days, crying a lot and getting wasted with the husband. The husband I would be crying on his shoulder. Like his name was Haiku. So
did he say like, "Hey, fucking chill out, dude"?
No, he would. No, he helped me out. It was great.
No, but he said that like,
yeah, of course. Hey, I can't do that. But it's like your Dan accent. It's like that.
No, please try German.
Brendan, you gotta calm down. It's more French. I think that's more of a French accent.
It's because your girl's French now.
Yeah, exactly. But okay. 3 days was with my sister and him, and I was crying, telling about my problems. And then my friend told me again, he's like, dude, so from Frankfurt, just go to Munich. Go to Munich. I'm like, you know what?
The calm voice.
You know what?
Go to Munich.
And you know what? I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go to Munich. So from Frankfurt, I think it was.
It's empty though.
That's perfect. I think it was a plane. I took a plane to Munich. No, I took a train. I took a train in Munich. I get off the train station. I'm walking. I get a beer, get a coffee, and then I start walking. I need a place to live, so I start looking for. Because I'm telling you, at the time, I don't know hostels.
Sure.
So I look for these.
You never even saw that damn movie Hostel,
dude.
Well, I guess that made you. Go ahead. Anyways.
So I go to these hotels. Every hotel is like $200, €200. Too expensive. All of a sudden, woo, like in bright light, like just
Hostel.
doves coming. Hostel youth. So I'm like, oh, sick. We got some young kids in there. I'm gonna see what this is about. $8 fucking dollars for this hostel room because you share bunk beds, and I'm telling you, this Brandon Parker at 28 did not know what this was.
Sure, and
this blew my mind.
Sure,
and guess what?
Yeah.
Well, sorry, I cut you off.
No, you're fine.
My first bed bunk buddy. Guess who it is? My wife today was Victoire. I open the door to my hostel. It's Victoire. She's like on her laptop doing her thing. Gorgeous, hot little young girl, really cool. And I'm like, hey, what's up?
Where do you keep your shit when you're? Because I've never stayed in the hostel long story, but anyways, where did you keep your shit?
Oh, just how
do you keep people from stealing your shit?
I just faith.
What about really?
Faith.
What about like
Seriously.
passport? Are there any lockers or nothing?
So there is lockers, but I never had a lock. So actually, it was kind of funny. That was also another thing. I was like, oh hey, I see you have a lock and a locker. Do you mind if I put my laptop in there? To Victoire.
Yeah.
That was like my way to get in.
Yeah.
And she's like, thought it was a weird. Sure. And
she let you use her lock.
So because we started talking and they started getting to know me.
Wow.
And then she's like, yeah, sure, go ahead. And then we went to a little sightseeing in Munich. And we had a blast, dude. A blast.
If you're doing like a trip with friends, or if you're doing like solo travel, like that's like the way to go is hostels in like Europe.
No, if you're going to Europe, solo travel, fuck your friends.
But I'm saying if you go with like a couple friends and it's like cool that you could do hostels, or if you have a lot of people, like Airbnbs are cool.
But the reason why I'm saying no, dude, go by yourself, man. You will have.
I agree.
I was meeting I would get hostels at all because I was in Berlin, I was in Amsterdam.
Isn't Germany the coolest?
Dude, the best. Half the time, I wouldn't even go back to my hostel because all these people would take me to their homes, and I would stay at their homes.
Did you do with Victoire? You started traveling with her?
No.
Really?
No. So we did Munich for 2 days together, had a fucking blast. Because she was doing 4 months by herself traveling. Little fucking 19-year-old, like at the time. Like no, but like that's like all these American girls that are like are our age. Like I'm scared to go like to Europe by myself, and they're like, I'm like, dude,
Europe's the best.
I'm like, it's scarier here.
It is scarier here.
Seriously.
And there's hostels. I don't know if you know that they're all over LA too.
Yeah, yeah. No, of course, yeah.
We played a Christmas show. Me and this white rapper. Literally on Christmas, I'll get you some more water. On Christmas, we went and played Christmas music at the hostel because the white rapper was trying to fuck all those girls.
Yeah,
because he knew.
Yeah, well, because you can, because they're all party. They want to have fun.
Yeah, but anyways, I'm gonna take 5. We're gonna get some water.
Water break.
A word from our sponsors.
Water boy.
Do you have a film project that needs scoring? Are you a YouTuber who needs music? Do you need a songwriter? Reach out to Witewolf at whitewolfsden@gmail.com. Let's make a deal. You can see some of my featured work on the White Wolf's Den YouTube page. I made a song for Sports 56, the Blue and Gray show in Memphis, Tennessee, where they talk about my alma mater's football program, as well as the short film Second Team featuring 2 millennial girls. And if I'm really smart, I'll be playing them under this ad. Remember, that is whitewolfsden@gmail.com. There's no H in White Wolf. WITEWOLFSDEN@gmail.com. No H. You can find the email at our website, whitewolfsden.com. No H.
Hashtag Millennial Girls.
Sitting down, talking to people, and just, yeah, because I love getting people to talk and show their shit, and then me talk.
You definitely. So here we are. I'm opening a bottle of something called Urban Press Urban Press Winery wine. I know we're doing 2 bottles on a school night, but I work on very simple show, and it's still early. And so this place is in Burbank. I found this place, and me and Jen, we have that AMC movie thing. Have you heard of that?
That little pass.
It's $23. You can see 3 movies a week.
Oh, 3 movies
at any AMC, and we saw like almost all of the Oscar movies, and then I did like a gambling thing on my last podcast about it. Did a little like recap. But so we were walking, we found this little place. So when you go in there and you do a flight, or you do this thing where they pour 4 or 5 glasses of wine, and you take little sips of each, and then you blend them. And if you like it, you can make that. They'll put it together.
But they blend all together. Doesn't it taste kind of weird?
Depends, because if you have one that's really complex and you do something that's a little, you can mellow out something that's too much for you, or you can add to something. If you like this because it's kind of fruity, but you want to make it more complex, and they have a class that'll teach you. I haven't taken it, but.
Well, I want to bring my French because I went to France with my girl. Like they take like just like to me like how Californians do their weed. Yeah, that's the French take their wine very seriously. Yeah, so that's why it'd be interesting. I want to take her and I'll see how she feels about mixing wines together like that.
Oh no, I'm sure she'll be totally cool with it.
Yeah,
so,
because it'd be cool. No, I think it'd be interesting.
So this one has like a couple. It's mostly Cabernet Sauvignon. It's 65% Cabernet Sauvignon, 23% Merlot, and a 12% Sangiovese. I saw it on the board. I don't know I think he let me taste it, and it was really good. And the guy was like stoked to teach people about wine too, to the point where my girl was like annoyed. She's like, "Oh my god, this guy's a ham." Yeah. They have live music there, and they had this black girl playing guitar, and this keyboard guy
just nailing it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Let's see, where did my glass go? Oh, here it is.
Here, buddy, let me pour. Let me pour yours, buddy. You've been,
and then we're gonna sniff it. Oh yeah, I've been the host with the most. That's your glass, right?
No, I know, buddy.
Don't you be like doing the switcheroo? I don't want to get your
you
fucking.
Want that? I'll just give you some GHB
from your mouth.
From my Madrid homies.
Is that like your blood is like 1% GHB now because of that Spanish trip? Let's swish it around a little bit. Here, you can put it on the table here, right here. Just do a little swish.
Yeah. And then it was funny. So you know what? A good advice
sniff.
What good advice I got from
You want to sniff it at the top of the glass, up here. Boom.
From my French chef.
Watch this. Hold on, one more time. Oh yeah.
You gotta hear a ding.
Yeah, you gotta hear the ding. So tell me about your French chef.
Well, no, it was my my wife's.
How's that?
Brother-in-law. Delicious.
You were in Europe getting. So your brother-in-law.
So it was my wife's brother-in-law, and he owns a restaurant in Paris. And he would say, he's like, you don't want to do it in front of people, but whenever you do drink wine, you should do.
To separate the alcohol.
He said every time because you want to put air in it. Yeah. And let it like.
You're saying to do that every sip?
That's what he said.
I don't want to fucking do that shit. But what you're doing, you know what you're doing there, right?
Yeah, you're getting air in there.
But you're separating the alcohol from. It makes you choke sometimes, doesn't it?
Well, I don't do it all the time like him because he likes it, but that's the French. If you really want to taste it, you get the taste. Well, you don't suck like that, buddy.
Because yeah, you do. It separates the alcohol, makes you choke. I don't like that shit. He's French, right?
Yeah, he knows what he's talking about.
No, he doesn't.
Dude, if you're French and you own a restaurant in Paris, I think you got to just default.
Yeah, but is it like a Michelin or is it just some fucking?
Well, of course not Michelin.
Frog leg sandwich shack.
Nah, it's pretty sick. No, it ain't no shack.
What's his name?
It's pretty nice.
What's his name?
Fuck,
just his first name.
No, they're gonna hate me for saying it.
Just his first. Oh.
No, what can I tell you? Well, I'm bad with names.
You don't.
And first of all, I'm bad with names, and then the French names they're all the same, and they're really hard also to pronounce. Some of them.
It's probably Fred, and you're just an idiot.
Or Pierre. No, it's like there's Pierre and Louis.
Well, if he listens, I don't agree with you on the wine thing. Because Italians don't do that. But either way, I do love a French Rhone region wine. Are you aware of this?
No.
It's good shit.
I'm pretty.
You new? You're new to the wine game?
I'm whining. No, yeah, Victoire brought me into it. My wife, Victoire.
I'd like to speak with her.
Into it. Yeah, no shit.
A long conversation with her about wine. Don't worry, dude. I'm not going to try to hit on her or anything.
Well, I don't think you could get her, baby. Actually, we can swap wives. Fuck it, I'm down.
No. I love mine. She's a sweetheart.
We can swap.
Mine is she sits and reads. She's a librarian. She doesn't do Molly or GHB. Does yours do any of that?
She definitely does Molly.
Well, yeah, dude. She would be just mad that we're even talking about. Shh, quiet. She's listening. So, anywho, Okay, we have our wine.
Wait, but it's funny how like, but we went off, and that's what I hate, like from you.
Why do you hate that?
Because I feel like no, this is interesting because I did not know what you were coming with when I knew you like 6-7 years ago.
You're saying you didn't know where I came from?
Yeah,
you didn't know any of that
from.
shit, right?
So what I did know though, I knew you were a sick baller. I knew that you balled, that you were a good football player, and you made it. And then you got washed. Well, you got washed.
When the economy crashed, all the smaller leagues went away. The Arena Football League lost their TV deal. NFL Europe, when their TV deal ended too.
Wow, NFL went to Europe for a bit. They tried.
No, they had it for a while.
Well, wow, good for
I
them.
was in Cologne, Germany for a month. It was wonderful.
You did overseas.
So I was over there. I went to a soccer game. There was a fucking riot, and they threw flares on the field, and they trashed the town, and it was great. But then they said, "Oh, we're not going to do the season because our TV deal's done, and they didn't renew it. So you got to go back to America." And then I got in the film business. But when I met Nicole Murtha at the fucking bar in Hollywood Studios Bar and Grill, she was a bartender. I played a show at the Roxy with this band. The singer, he was friends with a comedian named Bruce Fine. Bruce Fine said, "Hey, we're going to go to this place." They locked the door. We stayed there till 6 a.m. singing karaoke, drinking, eating food. The bartender, she's like, "You're going to come here?" And Bruce is like, "Yeah, I'm going to do comedy stuff, and you're going to play music between the comedians." And then my mom had that property, that piece of shit. I love it. It's a great place. But
you still have it?
Yeah, there's 3. It's all rented out. There was an old roof, and it was going to rain, and I had to do it. 2-story building. I re-roofed it. I took all the old shingles off and I re-shingled it. It took a month because I'd never done it before. I think you know the hardest part of that shit is?
Wait, did you re-shingle this by yourself?
I had one guy come maybe every so often.
Come on, Bobby.
By myself. Took a month.
Holy shit.
I lost 25 pounds.
No.
It was summertime.
You hear that, ladies and gentlemen? 25 pounds. Go shingle.
Yeah. So
wow.
Get closer to the mic. So, dude, I climbed. The hardest part that I never thought of was carrying all the shit up these stairs, climbing over a fence, and then throwing the shit on the roof because I didn't have a system like with ropes with guys. So I carried it up these stairs, climbed over, climbed this. I had to climb this fence thing that's like on this flat roof, then climb over and then throw it on the roof. And then I did that a million times after, and that's after I did all the taking everything off.
That's pretty much a CrossFit workout.
Dude, it was gnarly. And the last nail I put in after 1 month of work, the last nail, it fucking started pouring.
Oh my!
And that's why I had to do it. And by the way, I bought all the shingle stuff for $1,800 from this place that did roofing. It was like extra shingles, so I did the whole thing for like $1,800, and it hasn't leaked so far, and it's so far so good. But I went back to that bar, and the bartender was like, "Where the fuck have you been? Like, there's been all these comedy shows you're supposed to be playing here." I was like, "I had to redo my mom's roof." And she's like, "What?" I was like, "I had to do the roof myself." She's like, "You do that?" And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "You need work?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'm fucking starving. I'm dying." She goes, "I got work." And it was a commercial. It was a TD Ameritrade, Sam Waterston, 14 days.
Wait, so this was the first day of getting your job of an art department?
She was a coordinator, decorator, production designer.
No.
Who bartended because she loves partying. And it was right by her house, and she could make extra money. And
where was this at? Where was she?
The Gower Gulch.
Gower Gulch.
You know where Amagi is? Remember Amagi? Amagi was arguably the first karaoke place in LA, and then it closed down. There was Dimples and Amagi. They always said they were the first. It was a Gower Gulch right across from the Palladium where that Thrifty, what was that? A Rite Aid or something? It's on Sunset.
That's Rite Aid.
Sunset Gower.
Yeah.
It was in there. It was in the corner right next to the Rite Aid. And they had great food, and they had the best comedians. The top comedians would go there and do their shit. Nobody'd be there. Wow. And I would be me, maybe 2 or 3 other people.
Wow.
And you'd see the best comedians just working their shit out.
Which one did you like that was there? Like, who was you?
Brett Ernst. He was this dude who talked about how he used to tuck his cologne in his pants when he went out. And he would wear, and in the East Coast, and he would just wear a vest with no fucking shirt under the vest. And then he said when he wouldn't get any bitches because they thought he was a piece of shit, he would go home and he would put a porno DVD tape in, and then he would put a line of toilet paper on his chest and jerk off on himself. And one time he said he woke up, I guess he did it and fell asleep, and he woke up and he was all cleaned up and the bed was on and the TV was off because his mom came in and fucking cleaned him up.
Wait, so he put a strip down?
He put a toilet paper strip so he could just jizz on the toilet paper, but then he was drunk so he fell asleep. This is this comedian, and I saw him on TV, and he was super funny, but I haven't seen much of him. But there's all these dudes. For everyone you ever saw on Comedy Central was doing shit here.
Yeah, cool.
So I was playing music over there.
That's beautiful.
But that place, when I went there, and we stayed there all night, we were singing karaoke, and I met that Nicole. She saved my life. You know, Nicole. There was a lady there that, God, what was her fucking name? She was like Nicole's neighbor. And she was this beast of a woman, Mexican lady. Yeah. She called me sexy animal bitch.
Whoa.
And I never saw her sober. She was always wasted. We went from some commercial, and we went to the drawing room. You ever been there?
Yeah.
You've been there, right?
Yeah.
You know when it opens? 6 a.m. And we went there after an all-night.
I've been there at 6 a.m. actually.
She was in there first. She was the first person there. That neighbor, we didn't have no idea she was going to be there. Went there after a job, and she was there like, motherfucker. She'd been drinking all night.
So where's drawing room at exactly?
It's on Vermont or Hillhurst.
It's like in a corner, right?
It's like in a corner, but
it's in a corner.
Yeah.
I've been there a couple of times after.
It opens at
hours.
6 a.m. and that bitch was there. But anyway, she called me sexy animal bitch. So I have a friend. I'm not going to fucking say his name. He was a very good looking guy. He actually plays football in Europe. Still, they have a little league. He was wasted, and she took him into the bathroom and started blowing him. Like, he was passed out, basically, and the owner caught her and 86'd her from the bar.
Oh, my God.
She said, this is the last time that you do that in the fucking bathroom. So, anyways, that was this place. This place was a magical place, dude.
No drawing room?
No, I'm not even talking about drawing room. She did it at the other place.
Oh, the other place she did this?
It was the owner was this really nice guy named Angel. Oh, back up a little bit. The really nice guy, and then he had a son named Angel who apparently used to tag shit, and he said, I'm banned from fucking 3 cities for fucking tagging. You tag somewhere, you're fucking banned. So this place closed down. But that's when I started working the art department game. And I did 21 days on the first. It was one job that rolled to a 7-day job. It was $300 a day. Yeah. I started by, I brought coffee the first day and donuts, and I paid credit card. And they said, haha, you idiot.
And you ate it.
No, they
were pissed.
I went back to the place, and they
you had it. Yeah, it was a whole deal.
So in film, you're supposed to buy everything with petty cash. This is my first job, and Nicole didn't tell me. On a side note, she didn't exactly tell me where I had to be in the first day, and her phone died because she like always, her phone was always dead, and I didn't know where I had to be. And this is before like I had a good phone with GPS that really worked. Yeah, she just said Hart Street.
Oh,
that's all she said.
God.
You know where that's at?
Actually, I think I've shot a lot of there at Hart Street.
Well, Hart Street is where Nest is.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
So Nest is a prop house.
Okay, exactly.
So all this lady said was go to Hart Street. And so I'm driving. I knew kind of where it was. Like I looked it up on my computer first, and then I fucking drove out there. So I'm driving in the valley, and I'm asking people, where the fuck is Hart Street? No English. I don't know saying. So nobody knows. And then I find this drug addict, and I'm like, do you know where Hart Street is? He's like, yeah, you just fucking keep going, man. And I found it, and then I went one way, and I said,
not to be confused with Dejan's.
So I made one way, and it was all neighborhood houses. I said, this isn't right. She said the end of Hart Street, and I looked back, and I saw all those buildings, and I went to the back. She said Powerhouse, though. I think she said something, and I said, oh, it's Powerhouse. This is the place. So I went in there, and I brought the shit. Now, she had me go doing calling the prop houses and getting totals for everything. So I was like assistant coordinating. Yeah. Then I got in the truck, picked up props. I showed up. I dressed a set. She said, I want you to build these things. So I started building props, and everybody was like, whoa, you built these little mini windmills. They were shooting, and they put me on set to cover for somebody. So I was on set, and that's something. I didn't like. I was just they just said, just do what you're told.
Especially now, commercials. Shout out 2020. If you're a PA on set, you're getting grieved.
Well, yeah. But this is a different time, dude. This is before the books were. This is when the books were open.
That's what I'm saying.
So in film,
no, this is ragtag. Remember, like back in the day, you didn't need to be union, and you could work.
You could. So back in the day, that you could not. You didn't have to be in the union. You'd make like $250 or $300 a day. Most of the time, it was $200 or $250. But she was giving me a big rate. She did me a big solid because it was a big job. But
you're killing it. Let's shout out to you're killing it.
You could do everything. The books were open, and what that means. So right now, the books are closed.
Ain't none of y'all motherfuckers getting in unless you got nepotism.
Yeah, that's actually true. So in order to get in the union in film, you have to work on a job that flips, which means it becomes union, and then you have to get 30 days and in a year. And some guys, I know one guy, he's been trying for fucking 10 years, and he gets like 28.
You know what's funny? And then I so lately I've been seeing guys that are joining.
Well, there's been a lot. I mean, but I have one friend who just can't get in.
He can't. It's so
he got on the movie. He only got 28 days. Three times. It's the third time. But guess what? Yeah, but guess what? Because he knocked some lady up, and he goes, "Well, I got to leave for my kid." It's like, you need to tell her to go by herself, and you finish your days because that'll change your life.
Yeah.
And he just didn't do it. He went and did the dad thing, which is okay. But anyways, to get in, you got to get 30 days, and then you got to, for 44. Now it's what, $7,000?
Yeah, I don't know. No,
and
it's probably more.
It's like 7,200. It was 58 when I joined.
I think it was 58 when I joined too. Then
it's 7,000 something now.
7.
Which is, and it's not a tax write-off anymore. It used to be a tax write-off.
Oh, it's not
because of the new tax laws.
Wow.
And here's another thing that's a little weird. All this, there's still the rules out here, the union rules, but technically it's federal. Like, so Jen joined a union, but you don't have to join unions almost anywhere else. It's like a weird thing because of the federal laws. They passed some law. It's called like the right to work law.
About recently.
Yeah.
Well, but listen, and I got scared that it might fuck with our unions. It's because of Uber. No, it's because
no, this is different. That's a different thing too. There's another well, that has nothing to do with.
So I'm thinking about the one with the Uber, where how you can't be freelance or whatever.
So there's another law that in California that's going on right now to combat like Uber, and that is affecting musicians and any gig work where it's like invoice. So actually, if you do a non-union and you get paid all at once on an invoice,
1099.
It's like there's a new thing happening.
You're lying.
I'm dead serious, dude. I don't know. So it's like.
So wait.
So if you hire somebody as a contractor, they're gonna now make it so that these companies have to
pay you
take the FICA out and do all that shit.
Insurance bullshit.
Yeah. And so
maybe it might be a good thing with the unions, because then that's when you're just gonna go union.
I don't know.
Right?
Well, I don't know.
You're right. Only God knows.
Only
God knows.
God only knows what.
Oh, and also, you know what I want to get to too is the fucking diddler across the street.
What diddler across? What are you talking about?
The Catholic diddler.
Oh, the one I was telling you about,
dude.
No, I'll tell you. I'll tell you about that in a second. I'll tell you about that in a second.
You know what sucks?
You want me to talk about? Okay. You're talking about the one that I told you about.
Well, no, so I mean, we're getting a tangent.
No. Hold on. I'm going to bring it back because this is my show. but we'll get to that. No, but hold on. What the fuck are we talking about? No, we're talking about film right now. We got to talk about a little film.
Yeah, talk about film.
How'd you get in the business? Nepotism.
Well, just like so. Actually, I give you a heartbreak story.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
Well, no, just and then it's not going to be a long dragged out.
I will say this: I do know a little bit.
Yeah,
but go ahead for the audience.
No, but this is not a long out, dragged out.
Before you go on, can I say one thing?
What?
This is the crazy. There's so many people dying to get in this business, and what's crazy is I got in by accident, and I was actually curious when I first joined, and I would ask all sorts of people like how they got in.
So would I.
And it was. Everybody has the craziest stories of like how they got in or how they fell in the business or whatever.
So I'll keep it because I usually keep it long. I'm a storyteller, but no, I'm gonna keep this one short.
I'll keep it long.
So like, my brother was he worked in the business in art department, and I was going through some rough times in the suburbs, had no job, and he's like, "Hey man, you want to work with me?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." He's like, "Well, come live with me and my aunt. You know, you can work and see what happens." So I RPA'd literally like in fucking when I was 22 RPA'd. And I just kept RPing from 22 to like 25.
Did you know anything about tools or any shit?
So cause I grew up in the suburbs of Rancho Cucamonga, Altaloma, and my dad kind of had a little, like, I was middle class, so my dad had a little bit of money. So there was, all I did was just like kind of play sports. There was no tool savvy, because even my dad wasn't tool savvy. He would always hire someone to do landscaping, someone to paint. We would always hire someone. So I had no tool knowledge, any knowledge of building, of doing anything.
So you learn on the fly, because that's what we do in this business.
No, and that's the beautiful thing, and that's why when I hear people that, and I will definitely, guys, I got fucking lucky. Like, this doesn't happen to a lot of people, because it's nepotism. Look at all this fucking director, actors, why they all have the same last names, fucking because they all know each other. So that's kind of how it starts. But with me, it was my brother got me a couple of days. And I just worked a little bit, and from there on, I just kept going, making $250. I would make $250. So, like, how you thought, how like one day he wasn't 44, the next day he was. I did $250 for 5 years.
Yeah, 5 years. That's how long that took me.
$250.
Yeah.
And then,
but it's not just $250. It's a day, no overtime.
And we're pushing 14 hours at least. And the books were open at the time when I was there, the first couple of years. Mm-hmm. And my brother's like, hey, man, you should start, combining your days to get to get it one day. And I was like, all right, I'll start doing that. I didn't really try hard, but I tried a little bit. Once the books were closed, because like, hey, man, the books are closed. You better give your days in. I was like, all right, cool. I got a bunch. Come on, dude. I've been doing it for 3 years, and the books are closed now. I've been doing it for 3 years. I got some days. 29.
That's what happens.
29. And let me.
There's nothing you can do.
No,
there's nothing you could pay. They just say it's contract services, right?
No, it was 44.
It's 44. Okay.
No, contract services said okay. They gave it to me.
Okay.
Sorry if I got kind of loud.
That's okay. But
I get a little excited.
When the books closed for me, I ran into my friend who passed away. His name was Brad McFadden. I ran into him at a place called Set Stuff. It's a really cool place.
Shout out to Miguel and Gamaro.
Yeah, and Gamaro. That's going to be probably the commercial that I do. I'll just make one up for them. He goes, hey, dude. And when I first met him, I didn't think he liked me. Because he's always kind of hard and stuff.
Who, McFadden?
Yeah, he looked like Al Bundy to me. So he comes up and he goes,
you look like Al Bundy.
But he comes up now. He comes up and he puts his hand on my shoulder and he's like, did you get in? And I was like, what are you talking about? Because I had been in one.
It was a big thing.
Yeah,
and I didn't get how serious it was.
I had only been going 1 year or maybe 2 years. And I was like, it was 2 years. And I said, what do you mean? I didn't know. Nobody even told me. You got lucky. Somebody told you. Nobody told me. The only Matt Murphy was the only one giving me days.
Shout out to Matt Murphy.
Matt Murphy's a lead man. He's the only one who gave me days. And I didn't have my day. He goes, oh, and I'm not going to say another name, but he goes, so-and-so fucked you. Because I was working for a guy. And
Who?
I'm not going to say his name.
No!
I can't.
Fuck him. Hey, shout out to fuck him.
No. I'm not going to say his name. But I worked for him. And he never gave me days. And then he goes, ask so-and-so. And when I asked him, and I still would work for him if he called me. And we still talk.
The guy that gave you that days.
We still talk.
Whoa, hey, that's why Bobby's a better man than me. I would have a grudge.
Yeah.
A chip on my shoulder forever.
So
for no reason,
I called him.
That's why you're a better man,
But I called
Bobby.
him and I asked him, why didn't you, so-and-so told me to ask you why you didn't give me days. And he goes, well, because you don't know enough guys, and if you got in, nobody would hire you because they already have a list of their guys, and so like,
which is true.
But then
still,
you know what Brad said?
Still kind of fucked up.
But you know what Brad said? He goes, technically that shouldn't be up to him. It should be up to you to decide whether you want to take that plunge.
That's what I'm saying. It's still kind of fucked up.
Yeah, no, it is kind of fucked up, but because that's worked 3 more years, but I met, and you know for who? Because from that
big bad
because for some reason from that point on, he called me, and then he would like never let me work for anybody else again. But I didn't know he was doing that because he just kept getting work because he knew a lot of people. So when I started work, my friend who I love.
Sorry, I can't stop laughing.
Because that's how I met Brandon. I met Brandon with this gentleman who is a lead man. He used to hire us. And So one of the first jobs I worked on with him, I mean, that's where I met him, was like my third or fourth job in. But one of the big jobs that started a big long streak was Britney Spears' "Hold It Against Me" music video. There were 2 crews, and hold on, give me a second to get my bearings. He had Dan, Serbian Dan. It's the first time I met Serbian Dan.
Shout out to Serbian.
And Dan,
he took me to Serbia.
James would get on the truck and be like, I'd be doing something. He'd be like, no, Dad, you piece of shit. And Dan would be like, well, fuck you. And Dan was from Serbia.
They don't put up with bullshit.
But I was like, when he left, I was like, why does he treat you like shit? Like, he goes, I don't fucking know. I don't fucking care. I do it because I love Coleman. So no, but they were friends, and James and him go way back, and so they worked together. Eventually, Dan got in the union, and then I stopped seeing Dan, and then guess what? I was Dan. Then you were. I would do anything. I would drive his 5-ton.
Everything.
Fucking
everything.
But you know what that was though?
It was training.
Training.
No, so Bobby, we all make fun of James, and no, dude, I'll give any newbie to James,
right,
because, and that's the thing too. Like with my James will have your back.
He will have your back.
He will definitely do.
He'll get you money. He will throw you in a fire, but in a good fire, you'll learn things.
No, I just say James is my homie.
Yeah.
I love him.
He's family to me.
No, he is. He's homie, and if the coronavirus becomes a Resident Evil style Walking Dead,
I would call James.
I would just go to James. Hey, James, where you at? I'm coming. I have a putt. I got a Jenny with a little bit of gas. I got a couple tools. I got a gun. Where you at?
Well, speaking of guns, why don't we talk about that Jessica Simpson commercial in the rain in Malibu?
So okay,
I just want to, because one thing I wanted to talk about with you is nightmare jobs. Some of the nightmare jobs. But let's talk about that. So go ahead.
So nightmare jobs.
So we're in Malibu.
So there's definitely been, and also that's what I if anybody's listening, hello world, that it is like what you guys see on camera is dope, and the actors and these directors and DPs definitely they do really awesome work. But then what nobody sees is the crew that has to deal with. It's insane, the pressure. That the most littlest benign things that any other person would think of, that would not be stressed out about. We are stressed
talk about, here's another thing. There was a commercial with Post Malone for Bud Light, and he destroys this whole like liquor store. The first thing I thought of when I saw that was like, how many times did they have to pick up those potato chips that fell on the floor?
Dude,
you'll do something. Dude, I did one thing 57 takes once.
But then exactly. So not only but to me like that, I feel that like some fucking Reddit.
I'll bleep that. I'm just saying.
I don't like that, but okay. But if some douchebag in Reddit can maybe call that, he can maybe see like, oh man, that guy had to do. But what you can't see is a fucking pressure. Like, come on, Bobby.
No, I know.
This fucking weird pressure that we have, that you have to pull off these crazy simple things like fucking red drapes. If you have black ones, because the whole time they wanted black, but then all of a sudden now, the last minute they want red. And how everyone goes ballistic, and you have to run around for red drapes, and then like it's
here. I'll clear it up a little bit. I did a commercial where the production designer, he's the top of the art department, and the decorator and if there is an art director, they all send pictures to directors, producers, and the agency, the talent, whoever is in charge, and they make choices. And they have a month sometimes. But sometimes, think money's tighter now. Maybe they have 2 weeks. And they say, okay, I showed up to set where I was going to be on set, and that on set means you have to be on with camera doing whatever the hell they say, and usually you're by yourself, and if something gets crazy, you may call in like a guy or all hands on deck. I showed up to this kitchen. We had a fake wall that we put in because we had to hang a bunch of shit. We had a fake countertop that we put on top of the other countertop. The first thing they do, they come and said, we hate that countertop, and we want that wall painted. You have a half hour.
And mind you, that this countertop that to install and all this and the fake wall to install took weeks to do. It is hard. It is a lot of money to do. And then, right now, last minute, these motherfuckers want it changed. And you have to do it.
So I'm like the best painter there at the time. And the TV, they'll have a scenic or a painter, but not in commercial world. And this was like a year ago.
Oh, commercial world, you got nothing.
So I was the one painting the wall. And then they just decided to take the countertop away and use the homeowner one, which why the fuck didn't they do that in the first place? And then they just had to redress everything. But again, they wanted it done in a half hour. And that's our world. So this James job with Jessica Simpson, it was a beer commercial. But was it a beer commercial?
No, it wasn't. So, dude,
I don't even know what the hell it was for.
And that's the thing, that when you work in this business, you will do these gnarly jobs, and at the end of the day, you don't remember what they are.
I don't even remember what it was.
You don't fucking remember, but you might remember some things. But all I know is that we were in Malibu at a house that had a gondola to the beach. So we were pushing props and set dressing through a gondola.
But there was also 3 levels. Like there was one house, and that was like 100 yards to like a next level, and then there was another level with a back house, and then a gondola that took you to the beach.
And all 3 levels we were shooting at, it was Jessica Simpson's, high dollar, and that's what I'm saying, guys. If you guys see the commercial or see the finished product, seems simple, quick 30 seconds, bang bang, boom boom, we're done. Nah, motherfucker, that shit is way longer.
We got there at 6 a.m.
6 a.m. in rain
and
in Malibu.
It was supposed to be a sunny day, and so...
But it wasn't raining at the first?
No.
See, you have a really good memory.
But, dude, it was...
I wonder if that's just all the weed I'm blazing.
It was supposed to be a sunny day, so they had to fake that it was sunny, and so everything had these tarps.
You're right. So it made it that much gnarlier.
So check out this. So now you're thinking, we have to shoot this commercial... They'll never go to a place and just leave it the way it is. They go to these locations, and we create environments. We have these drapes. We have carpets. We have furniture. And then for this particular job, because there was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8 setups in one day or something crazy. It was like probably maybe 5 setups or something. They all have these tiny little small, they call them smalls. It's basically little tchotchkes, little trinkets like that go all on the bookshelves. There's fake books. There's like
little vases,
and every set has options, and you have to unpack them and then put them on tables and keep them dry because it's fucking raining. And you have to put the boxes somewhere, and the ground is fucking grass and it's wet.
But not only do you have all these things and you put them out, but then you have to make sure you put them back and you put them into the right box and into the right prop house.
And then everything has a number on it, and you have to check off the number. And if there's 5 of it, you have to have 5 of those things. And if you have 4, you're missing something, and they overcharge because they want you to bring it back because they don't want to shop for it.
And
again.
I don't know if you guys can keep up with this, but it's the most headache, stressful thing that we will be after a 15-hour day in the dark.
In the rain.
In the dark. And then at this particular moment in the rain, checking stuff off to make sure that we have that cutting board from Pinacoteca, because it's going to cost the company $500 if we don't have it back.
Well, let's also tell you how we led up to that moment. So Serbian Dan, he's back. So James was doing 2 jobs at once, I think, because he had Serbian Dan picking up something for something else.
But you can do that as a lead man, designer. If you're doing things accordingly, you can double dip, do different commercials, have a pickup day, have a shoot day, return day. You can coordinate that.
So he had a guy picking up something for some other job, and he had a truck. And it was, so imagine this, it's raining, and at the end of the guy's pickups, which was going to be around 5:30, full rush hour
in the
traffic,
valley.
He's in
Van Nuys.
For anybody who doesn't understand, in California's huge, And and to get 9 miles, sometimes it takes 2 hours.
So pretty much in rush hour at 5 p.m. till 9 p.m. to go to Van Nuys to Malibu will take you 2 hours.
So the lead man tells me, because there's no service where we're at down below, I have to be at the top, the very top where the road is. And he goes, I want you to call Dan. I want you to tell him when he's done that he has to come over here and he has to cross-load a bunch of shit from this truck.
Because mind you, because this truck, all the stuff that we have, we cannot put it in when we're in Malibu on a rainy day. We can't put all of our stuff back in our truck.
It won't fit.
And also, by the way, we can't leave a house and leave our stuff there and come back the next day.
Because then they'll charge us another day.
And then that another day costs $15,000. Like so when you do a commercial and you're at a house in LA or it's the house is charging the company at least $10,000.
So I called Dan and I'm like,
so that means that if you and they don't, if there's any prop at the house, you can't do that, because it's going to charge another day. So that's why we got to do it that day, or else you can't. Or else you're fucked.
So we didn't have enough room in the truck. So he goes, call Dan. So I called Dan and I'm like, hey dude, what's up? He goes, Bobby, this is very good. I'm almost done with everything. I'm going home. I'm like, dude, you didn't talk to James? He goes, and I'm like, dude, he wants you to come here and cross-load everything because we can't fit everything in the truck. Well, that's bullshit. It's 5:30. It's rush hour. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm not driving to fucking Malibu. And I was like, hold on. I said, just hold on. I have to talk to James. So now I'm reaching for my walkie, and it's been raining, and actually now my walkie is acting up. So I call James, and I'm like, hey, James, he says he's not going to come out here because there's too much traffic. And then James is like, trying to keep it cool, and I could already feel the vein bursting in his neck, and he goes, tell him he has to come because we won't have any room in our trucks and we'll be fucked. And I said, okay, I'll tell him. So I said, Dan, he says, if you don't come, we're fucked. He goes, well, it's not my problem. Get another truck. So I was like, okay, hold on, I'll tell him. He goes, he says to get another truck. He goes, he's not the lead man. I'm the fucking lead man, and I fucking hired him. And he goes, I said, hold on. Okay. He says he's the lead man and he's the one. So I'm like going back and forth with this guy. And he goes, you tell him I'm parking the car in space number 916.
And you can come get the truck.
And then he says, you get another truck. Goodbye. And he fucking hung up. And then I said, he hung up and he's not. And he goes, don't make me come up there. I said, dude, he hung up. And so at the end of the night, the boxes are all soaked.
After a fucking 18
hours.
At least 18, guys.
18 hours.
We can't fit, and we have a broken, remember the glass that broke? Remember the glass table?
Glass table
broke. Do you
broke.
remember the glass table that broke?
Of course I do.
And mind you guys, that glass table, so we rented it probably for what, 120 bucks?
I don't know.
And then maybe on the market you can buy it for a couple $100. And if you break it, it's a couple grand.
Because they don't want to shop for shit. They would rather you just shop it out, or
but it's easier.
Yeah,
it's easier because you can't.
You can call. I'm gonna give you advice too to any newbies. I broke some fucking glass. Actually, I didn't. I was in a truck and the driver stepped on top of something that was padded to climb up, and it was glass, and he just went through it, and it was brown mirror glass. What do you need? Piss? Oh, you got a piss? We'll be right back after these messages. So he puts his foot into the glass, and I pull it out, and I look at it, I'm like, this is like a brown mirror thing. So I called this place in Highland Park, Eagle Rock area called Tom's Glass. I said, dude, my buddy broke this like glass table, and it has brown mirror glass. Do you have anything like that? And they were like, yeah. And it was like $38. And they just I told him the dimensions, and he cut it. And so like, if you do break a glass, like you may have to do some like on the day you're doing returns. And we were able to call him, and he was close. I called him because he was close to the place.
And mind you, on the day of returns, you already have a bunch of returns, so it's already going to take you a 10-hour day.
Yeah.
And then now you got to add another thing to your day, driving in LA traffic.
Yeah.
Guys.
So what I did was, I found a glass place close to that place, and they happened to be a place that had antique and vintage glass.
Yeah.
Tempered. Tempered, mirrored, brown.
That's rare. That's.
But I got lucky. But I'm just saying, like, you look in. Say you have a place you want to look in for a guy in that area that could fix your shit on the day, but it doesn't always happen. And you know, depending on what it is, maybe your boss won't hire you again. So,
But Bobby,
yeah, talk to me, Brandon.
but can I need to express from and I get a little sentimental and I get a little when I see kind of people doing dope things, and also you've also inspired me, Bobby, too. But it's really nice, man, to see someone like you who has, you can say, overcome the odds or just kept going and being successful. But Bobby, man, I really do feel, man, the stories that you told me meeting you, the shit that I see with you with James, how yes, you were the whipping boy, but yet
he was teaching me.
But
you know,
but listen, but of course, and so to me that's not even. But there's other things that you have gotten that has been hard and tough, and how the fuck do you overcome it? And you always have. And Bobby, to me, see, like, I gotta tell you, man. Me seeing you now, and who am I to fucking judge? But just
you're
me,
Brandon fucking Parker.
But really, but me seeing you here at your house, making this podcast, inspiring me when we talked about it months ago. It is, man. It shows me that, like, fuck, Bobby, like, you gotta understand, like you have a thing where, like, you keep going, man. Like there are a lot of people that are in your situation that have your problems and don't progress, or just, you know, like, but yet you keep coming.
Kobe.
No, but it is. It's a Kobe thing. But Bobby, like, I remember you, man. Like back in the day where we were both struggling and
I was better looking
and work. You know, you had hair. Yeah, you had fucking hair.
Long hair.
Guys, can I know you guys can't see this, but, like, oh my, like, he has a patch. Like, or no, he doesn't have any hair on the top.
I have fucking hair.
So James is the same thing. I think he's following it from James, because James would do a comb over. So James was bald headed, but yet he would do a comb over.
I called it the DiCaprio.
So, and can I say that he's doing the DiCaprio too now? So now Bobby's doing the DiCaprio too, dude. He's doing I think he's doing the Travolta. I think he's doing it.
First of all, you're hair shaming me, and I'm going to make sure that you never podcast again.
But
I'm going to end your career.
But really, Bobby, but it
Love it, baby.
It's nice, man. It's fucking nice, man, to have people, and I'm telling you, people like you, because, like, people like you that come through hard shit, that like, Bobby, you haven't told people you were fucking taking care of your mom.
Yeah.
No, but Bobby,
She took care of me.
But Bobby can't. Like, Bobby, a lot of people won't take care back of their mom. They won't do.
I had to give her some tough love recently because she's never really been rad with liquid cash, you know. But she kind of has a lot on.
But also, what I don't think you understand, man, is your threshold to help people, to be there, to fucking listen to me, Bobby.
It's team, man. Football taught me that.
Bobby, I was
right?
a basketball player, but listen to me. I was a basketball player. I'm team, but I'm not. I don't like my mom right now. Like, I love my parents. They fucking made me. They helped me out. I have a dope fucking ethnic fucking race, dude. But yet, Bobby, I don't talk to my parents. I don't talk to them.
Why don't you? I haven't. But I say something. I haven't talked to my mom, and, like, the only time I've texted my mom, I haven't talked to her since she wrecked my car on the 23rd of December. She wrecked my car, and the only thing I was so mad. We had this huge fight, and I said, the only things I've sent her in text the past 2 weeks, though, 3 weeks, a month, is there's a scam that people are texting. Don't fall for this scam, because I still care. So but I haven't talked to her because it's like I needed a time. Because, dude, you know what she said though? You know, I love my mom. I love you to death, and she would be pissed if I aired some laundry. But I'm going to say this: my mom was the best person ever. She took care of me. She's in a tough place right now. So on the day she wrecked my car, which I told her not to leave because it was a very busy time and everybody's buying gifts, and she wanted to go buy gifts for somebody's parents, and I said, now's not the time, and don't even worry. Maybe you get them later. She goes, I don't want to be shit to the left. You tell me I can't go get fine, go get presents. And then she called me, or I called her again. I said, Mom, just please, like, I don't want you to drive. There's a lot of traffic and there might be drunks and stuff. And she goes, first of all, I said, she goes, I gave her bath bombs. You know what bath bombs are? Those little balls. I gave her a 3-pack of these bath bombs, a scarf, and a bunch of shit for Christmas the year before. Like, I gave her a bunch of shit. She goes, I don't give stupid ass bath bombs. I'm going to get like really real good presents. So I was like, are you saying the presents I got you last year were shit? And then I was like, Jen, I was like so pissed. I was like, she just said the presents I got her last year were shit. And here's another thing. On October, I mean, her birthday is November 13th. I got her a computer for her birthday last year, a month before. And I was like, I got you a fucking computer a month ago, and you're going to talk shit about the gifts I gave you? So that pissed me off, and I said, bye. And then an hour later, she got in a wreck with my car. And my car, I just got it today.
Yeah.
But like, so and we had a huge fight.
Yeah.
And then she defended herself, and I was like, stop fucking defending yourself and be accountable for some shit.
Be accountable, exactly.
And she took
just
it.
Say I fucked up. Just tell me that, hey, I fucked up.
Yeah. So
and she can't
because she feels like
but Bobby, but listen to me.
Yeah.
But I
still love her to death, with all my heart.
But Bobby, and that's the thing, man. Like, I need you, like, you being able to fucking be there for your mom and be accountable for her and be pissed off because she's being, but at the end of the day, you're there, man. Like, Bobby, you're there.
Yeah.
Like, Bobby, you're the most, like, can I tell you, so we met back in the day, like 6 years ago. Doing like just working like I'm coming here in LA, and compared to fucking the suburbs, it's different. Like this is, I've not met people like this. And Bobby, what I gotta say, and that's why we're here, man. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm fucking talking to you, man. That's why, like, when I was fucking coked up, being a wild maniac to you, but something fun.
That at that party, I'm gonna say this though, Hanrahan. Fucking Johnny Five.
That's it. Johnny Five. What's up?
Johnny Five.
Love you.
Was the best party.
Love you, baby.
That was one of the best parties I've ever been to.
Love you, baby. Shout out to Johnny Five. I love you, baby. But
anyways, hey, listen, you're dragging out this like cocksucking.
No,
that you're doing, but just get to the point.
But I need to. Because like,
last thing, get to the point because we got to wrap this up. We've been here for 2 hours.
You're right.
Give it to me, baby.
Well, we're gonna do another one.
One last shout
I gotta
out.
do another one. But no, but seriously, man, it's dope. I'm excited. I'm drunk. I'm fucked up.
Are you drunk?
I'm stoked. Well,
damn, I must have more of a tolerance. And I don't really drink that much.
Well,
either.
first of all, you
don't tell me how much I weigh. I know how much I weigh.
Well, no, I'm not. I'm actually. I was gonna say that.
Don't fat shame me.
I was gonna say that you ate Post Malone. So like,
did you see that picture?
I'm just going off your shit.
You're not on Facebook, are you? You're smart.
Actually, shout out to, listen to me, everyone. Don't do any social media. Don't do Facebook.
Yeah, don't even do
media.
podcasts.
Don't do Snapchat. That is, you were him for Halloween
last year.
That's good. You look like him.
That's not good.
Oh my god. I wish everyone could see.
I'll try to post this on my website.
You got it, dude. You look just like him. But no, but Bobby, but I'm telling you, this is a treat, man.
Well, Brandon Parker.
This is a treat.
He was our guest. He is a prop master right now, but he does it all. 44, set dresser. We got tons of stories. He's going to come back because we have so much more shit to talk about, but it's been like 2 hours. It's 10 o'clock. He's got to go to ISS tomorrow.
Yeah, I gotta go to ISS. I gotta go to Universal first at 7:30.
So you did ISS though yesterday or today. ISS, Independent Studio Services, one of the biggest prop houses in the world.
Did you know they have a spot in England?
I did not.
And did you know they make their own bullets?
I know they need money, and then they got in trouble.
But did you know that they press their own bullets?
I didn't know that.
The government doesn't let anyone do that.
I know that because of them, because of that movie in Vegas where all the money went everywhere. Rush Hour?
No.
It was Rush Hour.
I should tell you that my boy Spencer, who's gonna come with his,
Spencer who?
From Mowgli's.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah,
he had money from ISS in his pickup truck, and he's on the 2 freeway, going to Silver Lake, going home, and it flies out of his car. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what started.
It was a newspaper article, and there was a movie they were doing in Vegas, and the money went everywhere, and people went in the streets, and they were trying to buy chips with that shit. And then the government literally raided ISS. So ISS, you can get, if you have the proper identification, they have a full armory. They
press bullets.
They press bullets, but they have real bullets.
But can I tell you? Wait,
they have blanks. They're like film bullets.
They have both.
Yeah.
But can I tell you though too? And it might get me because it's gonna come back.
Then don't do it. For the love of God.
The owner of ISS is a G.
And I miss Linda Montana.
She was dope. She was dope.
Linda Montana was.
Linda, where are you?
She was a salesperson.
No, but
there.
where is she?
She retired.
Can we get her? Can we get her?
I'd love to get her.
Wait, hold on.
Because she's badass.
Wait, hold on, Bobby.
So she was a saleswoman there, but saleswoman is not just a saleswoman there.
No,
if you went in there and you were, especially if you were green, and green means like you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
You're a kook.
You would go like this. You're like, oh, I need 2 microphones. She goes, yeah. You want cables? I'm like, yeah. What about mic stands? Yeah. She would tell you everything, and then because she's making money. But you need that.
Yeah, and then they'd be like, wait, what is that? Okay, yeah, I need it. No, I would just defer to her. No, you defer.
Yeah.
No, oh my God, you remember Linda Montana?
I remember Linda. She was great.
With her horses. Bro, she's probably mobbing over horses and having fun.
I wouldn't mind talking to her. She's great. Because we got a million stories too. Because they do everything. They do. They literally. That's the place where all prop masters go, and hand prop room in Venice, and then other.
But can I say this? And that's why I hope these podcasts, that's why I hope, and I'm gonna drink. We're gonna right now drink to this because.
Oh boy! So this is, just so you know, for anybody who doesn't know, this is Brandon Parker's first podcast, and he's like super inspired, and he wants to do his own.
Wow! And we killed the bottle too. We killed 2 bottles.
That's okay. That wasn't expensive. These weren't. I didn't give you.
Well, no, we got Coppola. No, we got Coppola. We're expensive.
Well, this one was
I'm joking.
$20. $24.
Big spender.
But he wants to do his own thing, and he wants to talk his thing coming up. I mean, and I'm gonna have to teach him because there's a lot. But he wants to do some stuff about LA. He wants to talk to a lot of crew members, and he wants to talk about some of the kooky cats that are in LA that he's come across. This guy has lived a life like he should probably be dead like 7 times.
But thank you for saying that. But
is that true?
But this is no. I mean, I wish I was that cool. But no. But this is. I feel that with what Bobby has now been doing and has inspired me of how we're doing is fuck these celebrities and these people.
Fuck them.
Well, no, I love them. But no, but
unless they can help me.
But exactly. But in all seriousness,
hashtag nepotism, baby.
But in all seriousness, I don't search a lot of podcasts. But I feel there's not a podcast for just normal people, man. Just we're trying to get out here. We're doing our thing. We're not a fucking celebrity. We don't have a fucking million people fan base.
Speak for yourself.
I mean, maybe Bobby does with his bald head. I mean, his bald head might get it. His bald head might have it. But this is like these are the new podcasts of this is LA. We're going for the people that make LA fucking dope.
For the gusto.
And we're here and we are out here. And we've been out here, and we're going to keep going. And I love you, motherfuckers. And I just heard a train. Was that a train? At the moment. I
told you trains go by, dude. If you have the wrong mics, they'll hear it worse.
But I love that.
Yeah, but they're going to hear it worse.
That's what you want. Hey, but...
So Brandon Parker, listen, dude. There is a list. I mean, we were going to talk about like how to make a podcast on the next one a little bit. The bottom line is there's a website that's 9 don'ts on like fucking podcasts, you know? Don't. You got to listen to me a little bit. You can break the rules. You got to break the mold a little bit.
But Bobby also, I think...
You don't want to hear dogs barking next door.
But I think you know me. I'm going to break the mold, but I'm going to listen to you.
Okay, but there's a couple...
And listen to me. And listen to me right now. My podcast is with Bobby.
For now.
No, it is.
You want me to be around? Okay, then I'll be around with you.
No. Listen to me.
But when it's your show, then you got to run shit.
No, and I am.
But I'll try to keep you in line.
No, and Bobby's still here.
and we're gonna have fun. No, but seriously, like we're gonna have fun, and I fucking love you, Bobby. Thank you for this moment. Thank you for inspiring me, because I swear to God, I had a moment of clarity. I had with Kobe.
I have a dream.
And I love him making fun of it, and it's good.
I'm not making fun.
No, it's good. No, you are, and it's good. But I literally
you're getting a little preachy, man.
I literally, because I had a moment of clarity. Like, this is it. Like we're here. And take care. We're out. And we're out.
And we're out.
And we're done. And I love you.
One more word. If you want to ask questions, you can hit me up at whitewolfsden@gmail.com. If you have anything about what we talked about, if you have anything to say, any questions, if you want to know like how the fuck a guy gets stabbed 8 times and fucking comes back from the dead, ask me. If you want to tell me I'm a fucking bald idiot, you could fucking whitewolfsden@gmail.com. That's no H. WITEWOLF S Den DEN@gmail.com.
And if you want to hit up, we here now. Hit him up.